Spin the chamber, look outside. Just another danger, just another white line. And we try, and we might be just the first line. But what if you're right this time? They rise up under cover of the darkness. You better make sure all your weapons are all sharp and so. Get ready for stand-up. I never thought I would have seen it in your mind. Do you think that we can beat it? And I see it, and I feel it, but you need it, you can see it. And I feel like it might not be the first and last time. But what if I'm right this time? They rise up under cover of the darkness. You better make sure all your weapons are all little stronger. Each fall takes a piece out of our hearts. So I'll run away, away into the darkest parts of me. I need a change desperately. I thought love was a lost art till you showed me some sanctuary. Now I never wanna let you go, never gonna let you go until we're both those souls running out for love. You were there with open arms when I thought love was a lost art. Empty halls, running with my eyes shut. If I fall, I'm not sure I can get
Hello, and we're back, guys, today here at the CSUF Community Clash Siege Tournament Siege event, and I am here with Admiral live in person. We're in the same room. It's nice to finally be at LAN. We had some technical difficulties, but it happens as we're getting into the Battle of the Blues. CSUF Blue and UCR Blue are going together. The map bans have been made, and we're hyped to start. We're finally getting into it. I'm ready. I'm hyped.
Always be happy to be here with you nerds, and honestly, I'm excited to see the Battle of the Blues for once. Last time around, when we got to seeing these guys play live, I was really anticipating to see these two perform against each other. However, we got that treat today. It's the finals, so let's just see where this goes along.
Yeah, I'm excited. I got some scoops from the other two teams. I talked to both of them, and it seems as though we have some stories to be written and some tales to be told. Some of the players have played each other in ranked, and lobbies get stacked, and the higher you go in the ranks, the more you rub shoulders. So it's nice to see that they have some experience with each other, and these teams have played in the past. They've played in the past, and CSUF Blue, I think, ended up winning against UCR Blue, and it's interesting to see because UCR Blue was the most dominant team, getting more points and more rounds off on the other team in the round robin group stage. So it seems that they're gonna have to show some dominance here. But with a 2-1 game last time and now a rematch, I think we're gonna be going to round 3. I mean, it seems like we might be there. Two very dominant teams.
Yeah, speaking of that dominancy, though, I really do hope we get to see those back and forth matches because let's be real here. Whenever it comes to seeing those close nail-biting games, those are the things that we love to see for Valorant, especially when it comes to seeing these two teams play against each other. That supremacy may come in hand here, but however, someone can be coming back for a little bit of vengeance and just rewriting the story, rewriting the script, and we're gonna get something beautiful out of that.
Well, I can't wait to see it as we're getting ready to go into the picks. The first map is Haven, and CSUF is going to be on defense. CSUF is on defense starting off, which makes sense. And honestly, I'm excited to see it because we've seen UCR Blue, but we've also seen CSUF 2 times on Haven. This wasn't the first time that they played on Haven, and they beat out multiple teams. The final match, I think, that we casted yesterday was also on Haven. They played amazingly as we're getting into the map picks. Sorry, not the map picks, the agent picks. Oh, it's loading in. We're getting ready. And to talk a little bit more about it, the IGL Simply I was talking with him a little bit about this. This isn't his first LAN. He's done this before. And so with his presence on the team, he was playing a lot of really dominant characters, getting first bloods and being really aggressive in the early rounds and leading his team. I'd love to see more from him, right? Simply, we saw him last time doing some amazing things along with Quacksmack Andrew, who is trolling a couple of troll picks. Look at that, he's rotating.
He's picking the rotates right now, but honestly, one thing that I did want to point out is Soup was going ahead and looking over that Reyna, that little bit of a troll ego pick right there. But let's just be honest, he wanted to go. He just wanted to do something
Soup,
for the fanmanship.
I was talking with them a little bit earlier. Actually, Soup is the dedicated Omen, the dedicated Smokes, the Brim, the Omen, the Astra. Well, before the nerf Astra, and now I mean we see him again. I saw one of the games for UCR Blue. We only got to match 1. He did some crazy stuff with Omen teleporting. You casted that event, right?
Yes, I did. I actually did get to see him play. He's arguably his Omen TPs are very strong because he actually uses them during gunfights, and since during the gunfights start to happen, it starts to get a little bit claustrophobic. And you know what? Everyone ignores the Omen ultimate every single time.
Using the chaos to mask not only the site, right, and mask his teleports, that's fun to see. And as we get into Haven has a lot of places for you to TP and go for. We see Playboy going again onto that initiator role, which we saw him last time doing it. It was very fun. Satofu, the lineup god, using the lineup Larry, as the community will meme on. And Andrew, the run and gun duelist, the one that's going to dash in there, create space, get a couple of picks, and go for it. I'd love to see that stuff.
Love to see it as well, and honestly, I'm just excited to see exactly how this is going to be playing off. Haven goes ahead and starts off the first match of tonight. CSUF going again, UCR Blue, the Battle of the Blues, just like Nerd said. Hopefully, we get to see something beautiful tonight.
Yes, and looking at their positioning, and it seems as though they're going to go for a default with, I think it's soup. Soup. That's I need to get my team straight. I think that's UCR on attack, starting off with CSUF is going on to in defense for the first round, and they're going to go for a default play. We've seen them do this before. We've seen them, defaulting and peeking out and like getting it pieces of information, then taking a site altogether. But as in our interview earlier, we actually got some stuff happening from it. They're talking about how collegiate teams are more. What's the word? They're more of a ranked play style. So hopefully we don't see that today. We see some professional level play.
Hopefully we do get to see some of those pro plays coming along, as right now they're going to just go ahead and rotate off a site. A bit of an interesting play here, as they're just going to be playing against a little bit to see who comes out to be the eager beaver. Kind of interesting to see exactly how their patience plays for the virtue.
Patience is the name of the game. On Haven, especially on a pistol round, you're really trying to get that early round lead, converting the pistol into the econ, into the rifle, and getting like 3 rounds to secure dominance in a half. But you also really have to remember about the second half of things. Andrew gets caught out really quickly trying to enter onto this B site, a very common play, but Playboy is going off against him a little bit of information he gained off that Sova Dart, but Pika is taking a scrimmage here.
Pika does manage to go ahead, and it's going to be Cheese going ahead and taking the little cheese shots right here, but it looks like he's not going to be able to do anything about it. He does get taken out. Site is going to be on a clear side, but the right click comes in at the right timing. Pika ending it beautifully with the 3K, make that a 4K. Never mind, Vic steals it.
Oh my gosh, the steal from the end, but securing dominance in this half for CSUF. We saw them play on this earlier, the way that they very cautiously attack or approach a site, the way that they're positioned and poised to get onto it, and it's nice to see. And I think we're going into a tech pause here to fix some. No, we're not going into tech pause. The show keeps rolling and the things go on. Just to take some notes on this, the B-site attack, they did this a couple times last time when we played on Haven. They love to go on pistol round into B-site. It's a hard site because you could get really easily smushed and sandwiched, but when pistol round, when you don't have that much utility, when you don't have that much of anything, it's pretty easy to take, and that's why you want to. I think that's their logic, right? They're gonna take it early, and then they're gonna focus on A and C.
Arguably one of the more harder maps to actually even start on. B is actually, like you were saying earlier before, like there is just so many things that can go wrong on that site. Not only that, yes, utility in the early rounds means that you are weaker in taking those fights. Speaking of making it weaker, they're going to go ahead and swing off to C right there. Andrew going ahead and securing the first kill. Going to go ahead and keep pushing on, showing this dominancy of holding down W, but he misses the shots. And look at this cleanup right now that's just coming up.
Simply getting those impact frags early off, tying it up for his team. They were down, they were on pistols, and JT is trying to get a cheesy kill with the classic, but doesn't manage to spot him out of soup. Goes in with the Spectre. The positioning of these players is really good. Only in Valorant can you get this close to a Thrifty after being in such an economic disadvantage. Being able to take 3 of their players out with some cheesy plays from, I think it was Simply, who's on that chamber. And now, with the first rifle round, it's going to be fun. It's going to be just crazy to see. You know, they've lost 2 in a row, but now they have Phantoms, Vandals, and full buy and full shields.
It's going to be very good for the economy here. And honestly, like, whenever we're going to be seeing these two teams going against each other, I mean, the first thing that you always want to do is hurt the economy. They're going to be dead. They're going to be dead broke if they lose this next round.
And that they will. That's why they're going to be playing it a little bit more cautiously, I think. They don't want to overextend and mess up. And as I say that, look at Simply getting the first blood and that impact frag right off the bat, trying to secure it for his team. Oh my gosh, but his health is at 12! I didn't even notice! I just look over and he's down so bad, he might be... Oh no, and they don't have any healing as well. The only healer on the board is Sky.
But even then, that's just going to be a lot of pressure just to keep on him. Low HP isn't the best status to be in, and especially without any armor, you are nothing but a free kill for the enemy team. A minute's on the clock, not a lot of intel gained. Vince is going to go ahead and send out some dogs to get some a little bit of information, but they're going to go ahead and clear double doors. Garage is in the clear. The blind is out. Can't see for anyone for a second, but the swing comes in. He manages to get one. Will he be able to get another one? He goes in for the wallbang, misses the shots, and he gets 2. Vix is down, and it looks like it's going to be a trade for trade kill. The jumping right click from Black
Proceed.
It's going to keep it. The pressure on Simply is by himself here as he waits for his teammate to rotate. 1v2, but if Simply falls here, this could be the end for CSUF.
30 seconds left.
Yeah, I love to see this type of gameplay. I keep saying I love it, but it's genuinely something that excites me and interests me about Valorant. Soup swinging off the contact of his teammate, right? Sixer, sorry, swinging off of Soup's contact to make sure, hey,
One enemy remaining.
oh my gosh, Satofu grabs Simply, and now it's down the wire, but Satofu peeks out, Playboy grabs him? I can't even get into the analytics of it without these teams going in for scrimmages. The thing I was trying to get into was how they play off of each other's contact and wait for each other to dive. Simply waiting for his teammate and diving in first, dying at lower health, but giving them the round win and allowing I think it was Satofu or Quacksmack. One of the two. Sorry, I keep forgetting the names half the time, but Sova was able to come in there and clean it up in the end. That is brilliant gameplay, right? It's what you would do in a pro scene, right? It's a 1-2 situation, someone's lower, he goes and baits, gets some information, and they peek off that contact, and boom, they're back in it with a 1-2.
Speaking of playing off the contact, it looks like we're going to having a very short duel here at A long, but it looks like they're just going to rotate out of that. The duel does come in, but it looks like Quacksmack is going to go ahead and take some pot shots, but he's going to rotate out of there, you know, safe and sound, making sure that he doesn't die, so that way he can go ahead and retake sight with his teammates here. Well, but steady pushes right now, but it looks like the rush is coming in. Look at that swing coming in from Andrew as he goes ahead and tries to clear some corners. The blind is out. Sova is blinded, but it looks like Quacksmack manages to ignore that and takes out one. Pika goes in for the trade once again, and it's going to be a trade-v-trade kill here as it goes ahead and attacker killjoy ultimate is active. The lockdown is up, and that's just going to go ahead and keep them out of sight for a couple of seconds here.
They're trying to do this so then they can make sure that they can get some advantage here, right? They're down a couple players. It's basically 3-3 with how low Sixer is, but you can never deny the ability to change utility, and JT making it even worse with a 2, and never mind, it's going to even out really quickly, but just see if Pika's trying to save this, trying to play with this. It's like, but Playboy gets Pika really quickly. If they didn't use that ultimate that early, they would have just been swarmed, so they were trying to utilize it early. They can farm it up later, and Killjoy ultimate, very powerful to get space, and they know that, hey, if we use this, they're going to be coming from this and this position, so they're trying to play together off of these positions, so that when the Killjoy ultimate was diffused and there was no more Killjoy ultimate, they could really easily pick them off, even in a 3v4 situation, and it almost worked out for them, but I think Vix got timing really quickly and got taken out by a Deagle nonetheless. And now it's a save round for CSUR?
Teleport's ready.
UCR. I'm gonna get it one day. Promise.
A lot of U's to remember, but in the meantime, just the blue versus blue fight that we've just been wanting here. And speaking of the blue versus blue fight, UCR is going to go ahead and keep it to the slow push, but never mind, it looks like it's going to be a Marshall peak, and it's going to take one out. It's already looking good for UCR here.
I'm muted, not allowed to speak, but they're trying to position themselves and use ultimates, some ultimates to try and get secure the round. Losing their Jet, losing their Space Maker, it's not as important on defense. It's definitely a loss because it's harder to do, but it's better on defense than on attack. And they're just waiting and see long, and Sixers peeking and repeaking the angle, not wanting to be timing and actually just trying to timing someone himself.
Speaking of timing, they're going to go ahead and swing this out. Sixers caught out in a very bad position. He was able to do a little bit of damage here. The blind does get tossed out. Omen swings through the smoke, but that's going to be getting caught out with the recon boat. Hunter's Fury is procced, almost killing Sixer in the process. But you know what? A couple tags does come in, and Quack secures the kill for his team. It is back on even playing fields here. Both teams low HP. They might be able to do something about it, but it looks like Shutdown is on. KO Ultimate is going to be pushing right through this, and Spike is down. Simply goes in for the swing, manages to secure one. He's going to be able to secure two, but no, Andrew retaliates. Andrew secures three. He might be able to keep this off. Andrew securing another one. It's a 4K for Andrew.
Andrew with amazing plays from that Vandal. You don't see that much, like, multiple kills in a row with the Vandal. You see a couple of clean headshots, but he's just mowing people down on their eco round. This is exactly how you want to play it. Andrew, they were talking about it earlier. Andrew's amazing at, getting those frags and just being that fragger, and how they set him up for that, right? They knew they were, Sixer was, trying his best to peek and re-peek that angle, but they just went in there and held down that site, giving them that win and ensuring that they could keep up their momentum after this round.
That pressure is exactly what you need as a duelist. And speaking of that pressure, is what you need as a duelist. Andrew proving once more that he is the superior duelist. And it's just another pick for pick, trade for trade. Everyone's just falling down like dominoes.
It's looking so. CSUF Blue is looking worse for wear here. Playboy having an Ares. It's good for wallbangs, but it's definitely one of the weaker guns in terms of three rifles, 2 Phantoms, and a Vandal with full shields. They are definitely going to be worse for wear. He's going to try his best, but they know where he is. He's spotted out. Spikes in his planet. He's trying to get some cheeky wallbangs and exit frag or 2. He doesn't really care about saving that Ares, but I don't think it's going to work in his favor as he tries to use that 0 points to find out information. And he gets taken out by Shitofu, the lineup Larry. We were talking about this earlier, Admiral.
Oh my goodness, 31 HP and a Dream. There's really nothing you can do when the Shock Dart decides to land perfectly at your feet. Like, what can you do besides, you know, pray to right gods that it doesn't kill you?
Pray if there's one more bounce and the lineup doesn't work. Hopefully. I mean, that's kind of what it is. You could try. I mean, do you like lineups?
Do I like lineups? I play Brimstone, so I gotta learn the Molly lineups.
Lineup Larrys, hey, they are more powerful than you'd expect in situations like these. They are, if you can utilize them correctly and you can just like completely mess up a team, it works really well to stop a team dead in their tracks.
Speaking of trying to stop the team dead on the tracks here, we have Chi going in with that Blade Storm, but he might not be able to catch anyone just yet. He knows where they're at, but he's just going to go ahead and make sure he can stay off of the line of sight just for a moment, making sure he doesn't die for the team here. He's going to go ahead and go in for the first pick. That's already a good start for them. Defense is already up 1 life more.
Yeah, they're trying to position themselves for a better angle here as they attack onto site, but JT's just jumping and peeking, and they took out Vix, who is their initiator, so blinds are going to be a lot harder, and they're going to take it a lot slower because they don't have anything to, you know, no flashes, right? They do have Satofu for information, but, you know, it's how much is that going to help?
Speaking of how much that's going to help, look at Andrew proving once again who's the better duelist as he goes and takes in the stream. The jumping right click comes in. Will he be able to do it? But no, his teammate comes in for the save. They're going to go ahead and take the site for them. Andrew trying to line up something beautiful out of this. He knows exactly where Sixer is at, but he's going to go ahead and wait for the plant. We're going to be seeing Soup going ahead and going for the plant, but it looks like Simply manages to go in for the trade here, and it's going to be just a lineup of disasters as they go ahead and take the site.
Yeah, we've seen them take sites really well. CSUF Blue has a good system of going in and taking a site. The teammates giving everyone a little bit of money and a little bit of boost to their economy. They dive in really well because they're gonna go in together, right? As friends, they're coming in. They play off each other's utility. The KO knife, the fragments from heaven coming out to really push and position people to the place that they want. For simply just coming from the back, grab them really quickly, and then hey. You're kind of screwed. You don't have much of a choice. You're playing right into their hand. They're diving in together.
Diving it together indeed here as they just go ahead and... Oh, we're already going to be seeing blades coming up from Andrew. He's a little bit angry from that last death. We're going to go ahead and take the site. Seekers are active, but it looks like somebody's going to be taking the duel. But no, he decides to get the heck out of there. He doesn't want to die for this one just about yet. Vix is going to go for the plant in an unorthodox area here. Andrew still with the blade, so I'm going to be trying to see if he can get ahead and get a peek, but nothing comes up. And there's a lot of ultimates being used here.
They're using these ultimates to try and secure the round for them. They just lost a round to defense side, so they're like, hey, we have 4 and 3, we have ultimates stacked for us, might as well use them, not only to econ and save, you know, JT saving, Andrew saving his gun. He doesn't have to buy, he's using you know, coming from the back. Oh my gosh, Quacksmack is coming from the back. I sense some plays coming.
He might be able to do something here. He goes in for the first one. That's one. He might be able to secure 2. No, but he does get traded off first. They're going to be popping that Hunter's Fury just to be able to catch someone off. They're going to be defending that spike for just as long as much as they can. Playboy goes for the defuse, but he does fall. There's no time left for Che.
And that's why they used so many ultimates. They saw that they lost a round, and they were like, no, we can't have this. We won 2 rounds, lost 2, won 2, and then they wanted to keep their momentum, but they couldn't. They let it slip. They dived really quickly onto A site, and now they're like, hey, we're angry, we're ready, we're determined to keep our momentum and keep us in this game. I wasn't surprised to see those ultimate come out at all. It's a lot of times, it just ultimate dumps and utility dumps just to secure one round, and that one round can be crucial because it builds up the economy to a staggering degree.
Honestly, that's a lot of ultimates just being used for one site. If you think about it, though, how much does one need to be able to use just to maintain a site control? Does that mean they have to rely on ultimates the entire time just to be able to win the round?
No, they're gonna. No, they're also going to try to their best to get a better economic advantage. So to tip anything into your favor is definitely helpful. And these teams are going to do a great job, right? They're going to do everything in their power to push and get in there. And even when we switch sides, they're hopefully going to be playing a little bit more defensively and cautiously. But if you have those ultimates to rely on, you can be a lot more aggressive, which is what we saw, right? The Jet dashing in onto site, the Sova, running in, following him. They simply tried his best to, blind fire into that cloudburst, but he wasn't able to. The Jet was just on there, and he had to TP out before the rest of the team swung on him.
Hopefully we can actually get to see a little bit more gunplay come into action here. That was a lot of ulti usage just to maintain side control, but let's just see how this round goes into it as they go ahead and swing it out into this site. They're going to be trying to take control of it. Some reconnaissance is active, making sure they can catch someone off guard as they go ahead and try to see exactly what they can do on a site.
A-site is definitely one that you'd like to take in the later rounds. It's a little bit easier to take, but it's because it's easy to take, it's also easy to retake, right? If you're going, there's so many angles that you can hide in to stop a retake, but it's definitely one that you got to be careful of. And look at JG, he's holding such a deep angle, and he's just trying his best to have that angle, hold it down so that nobody can get into it. He's holding Heaven. That's why they smoked it off.
Go ahead and smoke it up, but look at all that utility just to get him out of there. They're making sure that he's not riding down, but it looks like Sixer goes ahead and secures the first kill of the round. Already looking good for UCR here as the trade comes in once again. Ahead and trying to swing, see if he can catch anyone up. It looks like Quack goes ahead and keeps the pressure on, but never mind. It's going to be a Sova diff at the moment here. Both these Sovas are just popping off, making sure they can secure a kill for their teammates. Swing does come in. Will he be able to get the trade? And he does. He loses it one more time. Quack comes in with another one, securing 3 for himself, but it's going to be a trade. Soup coming in with that TP, and he's going to go ahead and pop the Jabate. He might be able to do something. The site is on its own. Che coming in with that right click, but no, it's the Omen plays with the 3K.
Oh my gosh, we love to see it. You told me about this, right? With his amazing TPs coming from the chaos, even confusing people even more and bamboozling them in so many different ways. It's such big brain. Like the 5-head plays coming out. I'm sorry, I'm a Twitch fiend, so I got all the emotes unlocked. We're gonna be going into a pause here, so then we can. I don't know, it's technical difficulties or something along those lines, but just to break down that play, trade for trade, tit for tat, so much utility going out to push JT out of that Heaven play. Again, it's easy to take because once you have Heaven and CT smoked off, you can enter in fairly easily with some initiators like Vix playing with the Sky and Sova darts that, you can line them up, right? But just the retake the way that they played that in the retake, they were trying to do what they do consistently. And I think that the chaos and the absolute bamboozlement is working so well for UCR here on attack. On attack. They're doing a really good job of using the chaos. Oh my gosh, they're all praising Soup for clutching out that round. He's just holding out. He's just standing there on a pillar. It's kind of cute, actually. It's kind of funny.
Honestly, praise the Soup, praise the Omen God himself as he goes ahead and wastes a TP to get on top of box. Let's be honest, he just wasted a TP just to go ahead and meme it up for a bit. But let's just give that compliments right there to this Omen. I mean, come on. We were talking about this earlier. We love his TPs. His TPs are so good.
They're crazy, and that's such a smart play to TP because it also blocks out all of the minimap. So for the attacking side or for defending side, they didn't see anything, so they didn't know exactly where they were. He could have TP'd to Heaven, he could have TP'd to back site and try to flank the flanker, and he could have done so many different things, and that's the smart part. And so if we see another, I would love to see on this map, and maybe even in the second half or even in this half, where he gets his ultimate back and is capable of using it one more time to jabate some people. Oh, someone has turned on ghost mode. Interesting. There we go. The admins are getting frustrated at this situation here. They're what is happening? I mean, just we're gonna talk to production just to figure it out here. Seems like we're having some technical issues here on the stage. We are at LAN, which presents a host of different issues as we had earlier today, but it's just fun to see, right? It's just one of those things where it's like we love to see so many different things from these teams, and it's really fun to like have them at LAN. But there's some really crazy things going off.
The beauty of live stage production. I mean, there's nothing like it. Like, there's nothing like the beauty of just messing everything up as it goes along. But as theater productions go, and for those who are known into the theater production world, you know that the show must go on.
Oh, and it seems like we got word that we're good. We're getting back into it. Into the swing of things. 10 seconds left for them to reset and reposition. Omen TP wasted, but I don't think he needs it. He's going to be playing some other games as we go into almost a full buy. Everyone has money, but as you can see, it's looking worse for wear for defense. If they lose this, they're going to have a very hard time in the next couple of halves. With only 3 rounds left, I think they're not too worried about this first half.
I don't think they're worried about it just yet, but if you notice right there, we just got a little bit of reconnaissance. They know that they can't push on to C just yet, and maybe this might be the unorthodox play that they're looking for. Quack trying to see if we can get a wall bang or at least a pick to the smoke. The shock dart is getting tossed out, managing to land one, but it looks like Sixer starts off the round beautifully, already securing the first kill of the round. Sixer might be able to get another beautiful wall bang off of this, but he manages to get nothing but Che! Oh my goodness, the Guardian supremacy here with that Guardian, man. I love the one-taps.
I mean, Guardian gamers galore. I just bought a Guardian skin specifically for that, right? You know, the drip gang go hard. The drip game does go hard as they position themselves to try and get some picks, and they try to get some picks, some exit frags just to like hurt them economically, but it seems to be a flawless. It might be a little too soon as they're peeking off each other, and as I say that it's too soon, Soup TPs just to confuse them again. But he doesn't have a second one. It did become crucial that he doesn't have a second one to get out of that situation and get some extra frags.
And the second one indeed as he goes ahead and picks up the operator just to make sure he can save this, but it looks like he doesn't see that there's another person coming in for the rotate. Soup is by himself right here. He can only do so much. He's gonna toss the operator, making sure that no one catches it. The cover is out. He's just a classic in a dream, but no, he does fall.
Is it not? You can't jump and grab it?
Pretty sure you can grab it.
I'm pretty sure you can grab it. I just looks. It looks visually like you could just jump up and press F or E and just grab her. I don't know. I mean, it's smart. Definitely, it's smart. You always want to grab that operator and take it away to hurt them to hurt them at any way you can. So smart plays from Stoop, smart Omen plays, and then now this smart play, what is it? I can speak English. Smart operator plays, not grabbing it, not saving it, but throwing it away so that they don't get doubled off. Speaking of operators, look at Simply with the impact frags.
Starting it off already very strong indeed. The Tor that force is active. He's going to go ahead and go for another swing, but it looks like he manages to take the shot on the turret. Not looking good right here. There's already one shot down. That means one less bullet for him to be able to do any damage. But Playboy's going to be carefully controlling double doors, making sure that no one catches off. I can taste it. Give me the more kills. He goes in for another shot, but one bullet in a dream. He can only get one more kill.
And look at that Omen spell coming in clutch really quick to stop it. Stop his dreams. He got the one. He got the impact frag, and that's it. But does he have a weapon? He does not have a weapon. He's just going to be going with a classic. And as I say that, Vix takes out Quacksmack with a Deagle Demon.
Speaking of the Deagle Demon, indeed, Simply comes in with another kill. That's looking very good. He doesn't have an ulti, but he goes ahead and swings with that Pocket Guardian, the Headhunter, but it doesn't work. Fix is the better sharpshooter for this. Knife is out, silence is in. 3 hostiles detected, but they're not able to do anything about it. The double swing comes up. Can he secure the other kill? But no, 1v1 is back to it. And he goes and finishes it, Fixer!
Oh my god, the plays, and now it's tightening up the scoreboard. 5 and 6, and it's just the last round after this. Defenders win this one, and it just goes to show that they're trying to change up their style.
In
right?
the half.
CSUF Blue, who's on defense currently, did win this map, I believe, off of UCR. And UCR, they've changed up their play styles and they've done some things to make sure and ensure that they have a better, a better roster, a better team, and a better team synergy. And you could totally see that from both of these sides. And the battles are immense. Going 5-0 in both stages really will bring you some amazing gameplay.
I do want to start a little bit of a drama here. Omen v Omen. They both try to prove they're right here. They just try to see exactly who's the better Omen. We just got to see both Omens go ahead and do some beautiful plays.
Yeah, but only time will tell who's the better Omen. Soup with the top frag and Sixer close behind him. They're doing really well. It's interesting. Normally you give duelists the frags and duelists the pushes, but it seems like it's a battle of smokes with the smokes just getting buffed. I mean, maybe there's some other buffs that come with it.
Speaking of other buffs that come with it, look at Simply with that perfect TP, making sure he gets out of there nice and clean and safe. He goes in for one. He might be able to secure another one, but no, Andrew goes ahead and just finishes it off right there. But no, look at the kill feed. Everyone, woo!
They get traded out so quickly you can barely even cast this type of stuff. They just get hit for hit, and we switch sides in this new half, and the scoreboard has reset, which means whoever wins this pistol round is going to have an advantage in the coming rounds. Winning the pistol round is extremely important, but now that the sides are switched, I'd love to see how they play. CSUF Blue had an amazing job here on defense, where they're able to dive in and retake really well. They know how to play off of each other's contacts, they know how to play off each other's utility. So if they're smart about this, and they're also going to try and take this looks like a B split or maybe just a default, right, to just like poke around and see A and B and where they're going to be going, they're gonna win this more. I have a feeling CSUF Blue, they won this last time, and they play really well on attack. So they've always done tremendous things there. So my money's on them, but we are still not out of the race. You see some utility being utilized, and they're going to be planting for main. Such an early plant. We're not even 10 seconds in.
They gave up that site like nothing. It's like taking candy from a baby at this point. What exactly is CSUF Blue doing here? They're just going to go ahead and try to go for the flank here, the classic v classic fight, seeing who can go ahead and take the first dink of the headshot, but looks like they're not going to be able to take the duel just yet. We're going to be seeing some ghost fights coming, but look at Quack coming in from behind, and they're going to go ahead and start it off beautifully with 2 kills. This is not looking good for the defensive side right now. CSUF is just trying their hardest here to make sure that they can just get as many picks before the spike gets defused, but no, it's a trade v trade. Back to 2v2. Never mind, 1v2. The KO in the dream, the KO in the dream, the nade is out. Andrew's going for the defuse, but he gets stopped. Claymore secures it, but no, he does fall. And it looks like this is spike game over. This is already looking good.
I'm telling you, CSUF Blue, on the attack side, they play off their utility really well. It doesn't matter if you get the frags. What matters at the end of the day is that they played perfectly. Utilize that utility, KO throwing out his grenades to try and secure the round. They were down players, they came from the back. They knew that B side is it's a cluster of people trying to swarm it from both sides. So they went through garage to flank them, and they caught them on the flank, winning it out. CSUF Blue is now 1 point ahead as they go into their bonus round. It is exhilarating to see them utilizing their utility absolutely perfectly.
Speaking of perfect timing, oh my god, the blind shot!
Strike down A.
This is amazing! As Satofu just takes a lucky shot. We talk about unlucky things, but luck is not on CSUF sides today. UCR grabs the first pick.
UCR already losing their first down. That's just a blind shot through the smoke. Honestly, there's nothing more chaotic than just getting rage quitted about it.
I mean, honestly, it's going to definitely hurt their mental. It's going to hurt their mental just a bit because they, oh my god, is Simply just gonna knife him? Simply gets a knife off on Soup! The disrespect as Pika takes him out, but Simply doesn't go down without a fight, grabbing one more for the road. It's a 2-for-1 trade. It's not a good deal, but it's 3-3 here, so he's evening it out for his team. There's still a lot that can happen in this round. Did they force spot? Pika force spot a Spectre?
Had to take the duel, but no, he loses it right there. That knife is not looking good, but it looks like the double peak manages to take one out. 1v2, the plant can go down at any moment here. 25 seconds on the clock. Vix may not win this because he's
player.
holding a shotgun at the moment.
How do they set up this crossfire? There's a Spectre in front of Vic, so it's not too late just yet. Yeah, and how are they they're setting up a crossfire for CT, but it's not
enemy
Third one, he's gonna go ahead and maybe he might be able to get a second one. The blind is out, the hawk is out. He knows where Playboy is. He's gonna go ahead and take the fight once again, and he explodes it!
Oh my god, they set up an amazing crossfire for CT to play off of Satofu's contact and Playboy being able to pop out really quickly to pop out from CT if he gets taken out. They didn't expect the long flank, and that's why Vix was able to get away with it, pushing up from behind, grabbing his one, and equalizing the scoreboard, which is why it's so hard to set up crossfires in these 1v1s. They tried to read the team and it didn't work for them. Maybe playing a little bit more default here would work, because the counter reading is definitely hard, as we see yet again 6-6, 7-6, and now 7-7 in this half. No one's giving up, and Thrifty's galore. I mean, it's the first ref round, and just looking at the economy, it's looking bad for CSUF, who's now going on a save.
Nothing you can do about it, but besides get a couple picks, making sure that you can go ahead and go into the next round with some beautiful guns, because let's face it, you want to be able to show off those skins. As Jay goes in with the dash here, classic in hand. Go ahead and take him a peek there, but he does get blinded out, and it's going to be the first pick already. Unfortunate timing right there, as I like to call it, Valorant timing.
We love Valorant timing.
Speaking of Valorant timing, they just... A-site's clear! They don't know that they're planting! They don't know that they're planting! Never mind! Soup actually gets a little bit of intel for his team. He knows that they're there, and the rotate is on!
Yeah, they're gonna have to dive in together and go up against it, but they're unable to set up a crossfire here. They did get the spike down. They're gonna be trying to play for time 0 point going out to slow them down, but they really so do the nades to slow them down, but it's not going to work for them if they're like not pushing off the side aggressively. They have the better buy and better rifles. And look at that! Look at the scoreboard going back and forth with only one player left. The lineups are going to get Vix, but I don't think it's enough. He's not going to die. He's at 41 HP, and he takes out Quack Smack really quickly. Quack Smack? Quack? Not Math. Smack. I'm not an English person, and I'm clearly not a math person either.
He's a poet and he doesn't even know it. But going back to that round real quick, just, you know, patience is the virtue there, as they're going to go ahead and take those double swings out. And honestly, I feel very kind of bad for Quack here, because those lineups were perfect. But it's just unfortunate, because that's the downside about playing Sova. When you get when you get, you know, like you're holding down a sight and your pants are down, what can you do?
You're kind of in a tough situation. It's a little bit difficult. And the lineups could have worked, but he wasn't at low enough of health. I think it was mainly to try and get him off of the spike and isolate that 1v1, but with 3 players left, they could have easily just taken some damage and then gone to half.
I believe we might get some early picks here. It looks like they're just going to go ahead and slow push this on. Soup already using some utility just to get out of there. Hopefully he might be able to pop some bamboozling, but nothing just yet. CSUF is going to go ahead and pop that ultimate, silencing anyone who comes up. We do have Andrew. I couldn't say Andrew for a second there. Andrew coming in with that operator. He goes ahead and takes a pop shot, but the suppression is up. Playboy trying to clear some sights as fast as he can. Che is going to go ahead and panic here. Gee, he's panicking. He's just spraying and praying all over the place. He has no idea where anyone is at.
Fight goes down, and it's gonna be ultimates on lock for defenders, so they can hopefully push them off of sight, and more ultimates are gonna come out just to counter this and secure the round for them, as it's now again an even playing field here. They're TPing out. There we go. Playboy trying to tip it into his favor, and he's now low on health, but two players are detained. I don't know if they're gonna be baiting for those 2 players, but
Simply, Simply
God.
with the flank, he manages to take out 2 once again. Sixer trying to hold this by himself, but no, Simpler showing how you do it, man.
This is honestly, we're short on time when we're getting into this, and this is why I was afraid. Look, 8-8. These games are so tense. They go round after round against each other, trying to counter read, counter play, and just go off with how they're playing against each other. They gave him a free sight on A. They were playing for retake on there, and they did almost a perfect job utilizing that Killjoy to space them out. I think that they baited them with the 2 players detained, and they were able to push out, and now they were able to get the kills.
Speaking of getting pushed out right there, we do get to see the total force come in. He goes in for the teleport, Andrew's agreeing 1 kill, but it looks like it's going to be trade v trade. Look at that kill feed popping out. Ooh, Dixer, come on, man. That's not how you play Omen. You don't get the kills.
And Satofu evening out the scoreboard by grabbing JC. We see Satofu with the lineups, picking up the op for his fallen brethren. And he's going, the Hunter Series going out to slow down the stop on this defense. On this end for this defense. And Satofu grabs Playboy, evening out the playfield. Turret Force is still out and they're getting ready to push together. We love to see it. Pushing together and using teamwork.
Pushing together, it's gonna be very look at this. They're gonna be holding the site together, but look at Toy the Force is gonna be able to catch up. He gets a collect. He gets the collect. Oh.
That I am stunned for words. The collat goes out and simply is showing his dominance. The impact frags that he has aren't everything that he can do. He might be the one to go in and rush in, but this is how you. This is the most active, intense IGL I think I've ever seen. Simply is the in-game leader. We see a lot of in-game leaders playing characters like Sova to gain information and tell their team how to play. We see a lot of information initiator characters, sometimes even smokes and controllers, but to play Chamber basically like a duelist, rushing in there and getting picks, it's lovely to see. I'm lost for words.
Take flight.
This is crazy.
Goodness, we are just seeing that chamber diff right here as it goes ahead, and it look. But speaking of chamber diff, you saw that utility already getting paced to make sure that no one comes in for the rotate. That is already starting off good, and we have JG here coming in with that blade storm, but he has not been able to pop off just yet. There's still a minute on the clock. They could just change this up at any point here. The slow pushes is what makes Valorant a little bit of a nitpicky game.
Yeah, waiting 30 seconds before even getting anything out. It's definitely one of those things. And now with the Omen Smoker going out, they're going to hopefully know that, hey, this isn't...
Look at Quack!
Such a quick peek as simply as getting the plant off.
Here.
They've got this. CSUF, I think, has kind of gotten a read on how UCR plays. They enter into a free site. They know that they're going to be playing for retake, and... it's just easy to set up these crossfires, but I might be speaking too soon!
The trade-offs are coming in. Andrew being able to pop off there for a second. He's back to the 1v2. He goes in for the swing, but no! Quack! Quack, what are you doing, man?
Not just a lineup Larry. Quack can hold his own, and we see it here. These teams are going neck and neck, and that's exactly why we are seeing a timeout here from defense. They want to reconsider their plays. They've been leaving sites basically just easy to enter, right? If A is such an easy site to enter, why can't they retake it so easily? Because they're setting up the crossfires early on. They're setting up their utility to slow the retake and push them and position them into the places that they want. So I bet that we're going to be seeing a switch up here, right? Where agents are going to be going, maybe putting a couple of players on A, other than just maybe setting up Killjoy utility on A site and holding B, and slowing them down on their pushes, because they do go pretty slow, but I don't think it's slow enough just yet.
I do want to talk about though, speaking of those slow pushes, that's actually that's their golden ticket.
Yeah.
They're just waiting for them to move out of sight because
they don't
the
want to
moment
make the first mistake.
Yeah, the moment they're being eager beavers about this whole situation, and without them their patience, they cannot be playing like this.
They can. They need to. I think that the team that is making the least amount of mistakes is the team that's going to win. And UCR did lose to CSUF, so it seems like their matches here are better, and in the rematch, CSUF, as much as UCR has been, coming together, learning, becoming a better and more solid team, so has CSUF Blue. CSUF Blue has not been slacking.
Speaking of the slacking, look at that pre-fire wallbang. He jumps up, but it looks like Simply's just gonna go ahead and snap his fingers, get out of there, get out of jail free card. Already starting the round perfectly. Look at these sheriff popping one after another, proving once more who is the true sharpshooter. Vix is able to see where he's at. The concussion does manage to land, and that is a free phantom for Vix. The pre-price comes in. He's 8 HP in the dream. If he gets tagged here, that is a lost gun.
It's a lost gun, but they did pick it up. So I mean, hey, it's a loss of something I don't think they really had to begin with.
Nothing to begin with, but check it out. Andrew is just patiently waiting. He's waiting.
Timing.
Look at this.
Timing.
The bloodlust is coming There's 3 people behind him. The teleport is out. It looks like he does get out of there, but look at Andrew. He manages to secure 1. Will he be able to get 2? No, but the right click manages to slow him down just for a second. And it's Sixer coming in with that trade. They're going to go ahead and rotate out of this. But look at this. This time around, they're ready. UCR is ready for the rotate. They're going to be coming in strong. CSUF has only 2 players up. They don't have a lot of utility here just to be able to do anything about it. The plant is up. Will they go for a swing? Vix might be able to do something, but he is really low unless they're going to go ahead and double swing this. They go ahead for the double swing. Vix! Whoa!
The Deagle Demons! The Deagle Demons of this land. Vix with multiple Deagle shots here. I didn't think that the remedy for slow pushes would be such aggression coming from UCR, pushing up so aggressively onto A short and in sewers, making sure that, hey, you guys like pushing A? Well, then we're going to, with our worst weapons, with our desperate plays, we're going to be super aggressive here. And it worked out for them, right? You would think, I did see, I think Vix dropped the Phantom to his friend because he was low on health. Healing him up, you can't heal yourself with Sky, which is kind of sad, but that was so smart of them because they were able to enter, but Vix is the one that got the kills in the end.
There is a new sheriff in town. And
new
he's
sheriff?
popping, he's just popping those shots left and right, showing what it's like to be the bounty hunter himself.
And there we see a lineup getting taken out really quickly. I mean, just to go back to like that one point, that the aggression that they put out, I think that worked for them. And I think maybe they need to be a little bit more aggressive, not only on their rotates, but also on their just general play style for UCR to beat CSUF, who CSUF is now on defense. So their slowness is, they're fine with being slow because they're on defense.
Speaking of being slow, look at this. They might be able to get the surprise on UCR here, or maybe not. Let's just see exactly how this goes. UCR is trying to plan something out here, but it looks like the science just come in. The ultimate from KO is active. 55 seconds on the clock. They're going to be using a lot of utility here just to make sure that they can't go ahead and stop them from planting. The pre-fire coming in. They're checking corners, making sure everything's nice and safe. The plant is coming up. No one's going to be contesting this, actually. Look at this. They're not ready for the rotate here. They're going to be trying to take in this duel with Simply, but Simply does get blinded out. He's going to go ahead and run off through mid. Not securing anything just about yet. Playboy holding this angle tight. Seekers are off. The pre-fire is coming in. The blind is out once again. We're going to go ahead and see another knife come in. It's going to be a trade kill. The swings are strong. Locations are being revealed. This is pretty scary. Andrew goes ahead and takes out Playboy. That's going to be one less player out for them. The Hunter Fury is up, but it looks like it's going to be another. Just look at that kill feed pop off. They're not stopping. The pressure is on. Quack making sure that he can do anything about this. The shock darts are out. He does get tagged. It's going to be a trade kill, but no, they actually managed to get the defuse, but Quack takes out 2. He actually gets the Sova lineup.
Gosh, those Sova lineups, playing off of them is important, but just look, if you saw their positioning, it was great. The way that UCR dived in together onto site to make sure, hey, to retake it, I think CSUF Blue was trying to corral them into the top CT area, and they were setting up a crossfire with one on, near plat up top, next to double, one staying a little bit behind, another person near garage, so they can, set up a crossfire and corral them more to CT and not have anyone push through garage. But they tried that and it didn't work for them because they just pushed in aggressively all together, and that's what I think UCR is doing better now. They've changed up their play style and they're pushing aggro, and I love that. No kills yet, but plant does go off.
Plant is off. A lot of utility used just to get out of it, but look at that. That's already going to be being the first peak. Looks like they're getting used to Simply's rotates, and they're just anticipating the flanking chamber, which is kind of funny. And speaking of the flanking, Tova gets taken out by the clone himself. Oh, this is not looking good for Playboy, and he gets taken out. A flawless round for UCR Blue.
I'm so muted. Yeah, man is definitely indeed. That was crazy to see. They didn't use a single ultimate. I would assume that they would to try and secure the round, but with a flawless victory like that, they didn't really need to, and they're another timeout going out for attack, not only making this cast longer, but making this game infinitely more interesting, because now UCR Blue needs to rethink, is going to have time to rethink their strategy. CSUF Blue is going to have time to rethink their strategy. It's being called by CSUF Blue, so I'm assuming their coach is talking to them and trying to discuss different strategies on how to counter this newfound aggression from UCR. And I don't know. There's multiple different things that you could do. They can counter it with being aggressive themselves. They can counter it with, being even slower and putting up utility in in more stronger choke points, right? Like spreading out. Or they can try and just counter read them and just dump a lot of utility onto one side. There's so many variations. My money has to go to them countering it with aggression because that seems to be a good play. Aggression in the right areas, like on retake. Retake. Sorry, to be more specific, aggressive retakes. Maybe playing for that because they're really good at retaking. They're really good at attack.
Think the thing that I want to point out, and I'm probably sounding like a broken record here, and we do talk about this because you and I one time did talk about why people don't like Haven is because of that third site. If that third site is not there, they would be doing a lot better.
You think so?
I honestly think so because think about
CSUF?
it. Think about this here because look, CSUF they have to give up a lot of space in order just to be able to over rotate, and because of that, they're giving up two sites. We do like this is what's the hardest part about this map is being able to defend those two sites.
I mean, B is still a valid site to play off playing from window, so as you can see, they're actually positioning towards it and inching towards it to get it. I mean, they have to make sure. Well, I mean, CSUF is now on attack, so it's going to be easier for them, but UCR really needs to come up with like solutions to counter this, counter this type of style. When they're playing for, they need to make sure that they don't allow them to retake and set up utility a lot faster, a lot quicker. And now they're playing from mid, so it's definitely going to be... They're waiting. They're being very patient, which is nice. We see CSUF does this a lot where they're patient, and I think they're being extra patient now.
Speaking of extra patience, right? Look at that. They're going to go ahead and challenge this Quack. Another blind shot once again through the smoke. Predictable as always. Soup is going to go ahead and try to go for the defuse, but it looks like it does get stopped. Soup securing that beautiful trade. Look at that kill feed. Another swing comes in. Soup, 3K. Make that. No, but it looks like CSUF actually wins this out. Quack with the flank. We didn't see the solo flank. We didn't see the solo flank.
I saw it, but I didn't think that it was going to help too much in the chaos, but it did. I'm mistaken yet again. The thing that I am surprised about in all of this is just their ability. My money would have been on attack on CSUF. They did with the solo flank, but my money was on them because of the positioning of KO. And then with UCR taking out KO, which is honestly, when you're in that position, KO is the win con. If you are able to take him all out really quickly, then you are able to win on that B-side retake because you don't have the frags, you don't have the flashes. All you have to worry about is the Hunter's Fury, which they didn't have. So they were totally okay with losing that B-site, right? And just as soon as they got Playboy, they were like confident. And that confidence, I think, bit them because with the Sova flank coming in from the back, he was able to take them out and win it for CSUF. And again, it's a tied game. Pika! Oh no, he's gonna be switching it out. It's almost a flawless victory.
Guys, check corners! Check your corners! Pika's just sitting there in the corner! Pika's just sitting there in the corner! Check your corners! Guys, this is not a comp game!
Drink your water, eat your vegetables, go to school and check your corners. Right? The classics of, raising a good Valorant player and a good collegiate Valorant player at that. I mean, jokes aside and memeing aside, we're now at match point, and with the way things are going in this half, I wouldn't be surprised if we're going into overtime.
Round 20 match or round 24 here, and look, OT is anything. Oh, this is already starting strong.
Overtime.
There's no OT, no OT. UCR already starting this very strong first pick going off for them. If they hadn't even hit a minute 30, and that was already the first death.
There's an Omen TP still available, and we know how Omen is using those big brain TPs, so I hope we get to see it again to secure them this 13th round, and we go into the next game.
Here.
They're just setting up these crossfires just very slowly. UCR, they know that they have won, and they know that if they play this strategically, smartly, and calmly, they could just easily close this out. And that puts so much pressure on CSUF.
Speaking of a lot of pressure, look, they're trying to win double doors, and that's not their best bet here. Because if they end up losing this duel and they just get crossfired immediately, that's not going to help them. Look, Vix is going to be able to rotate off of it. He knows exactly he thinks he knows what's going to be happening here, but that means that they're just going to go ahead and give up double doors. That is going to be a blind coming in already. The smoke is out. Chi with the Blade Storm, but it looks like they're just going to see if they can get as much utility and back on
30
out of there. It
seconds
looks like
left.
they're going to be going back to B. Hopefully they can get the plant down. There's 30 seconds on the clock. Simply managing to catch anyone. It's nerf for nothing. He manages to attack one. That's already looking good right here. Playboy coming in with the plant. But look, Pika once again securing the trade. And Vix once more proving that he can take the duels.
They're playing it cautiously because they have a better buy, they have a lot of things, and it's now up to Sixer and Playboy to bring us into overtime as Soup takes out Playboy really quickly. I was just going to talk about this amazing positioning from them. They're flanking him really quickly. The jumping right click's going to get him. Never mind. Vix is the one who grabs him as they get the defuse. I'm hyped for this. I'm hyped for their win, but it's sad to see how quickly it was taken out and away from them.
Defenders
Unfortunate
win.
right there. CSUF doing their best just to maintain themselves in this game, but looks like it's going to be going to UCR. That is ultimately this game has just been going back and forth. It's like a ballet in some way.
Oh, you take a ballet, Mr. Admiral? You dance?
Yeah, I got 2 left feet.
You got 2 left feet? I mean, I'm just saying, the dance of Valorant, one that we do know about, not regular dancing, but going back and forth, round for round, just looking at the combat scores from Quacksmack and Satofu. Up in the 200, almost 300 range for Satofu, but Quacksmack hitting 300 really quickly. Isn't it weird? The initiators and the simply, look at where the initiators are for, for CSUF Blue. They're at the bottom. The initiator and the CSUF Blue initiator and duelist are at the bottom. Quacksmack is at the top with Satofu. Their combat scores almost 300 each, and they are pushing it to the limits of what you could do as a Silva player. Honestly, I must start maining Silva now, just learn up all the lineups, of course, get myself into Radiant, Radiant Silva. This is insane. I just want to know what you think about this.
Look, if I'm being honest, after meeting the team players today, and they did talk about this, the Silva diff is real.
Oh, wow, the Silva, it's real by like 40 average combat, and it's real just on Haven. But interestingly enough, Haven, I think, was UCR's pick, and they won on their pick. So now we're going into Ascent, and UCR is going to be on defense in the second half as we get right into it. Are we going to be going for a pause, or are we just going right into it? We are going for a pause here to give the players some time to rethink some strategy. Hopefully it's not going to be a 2-0. I would love to go to a third map. It's intense to see. Admiral and Nerds Corner, we have been your casters here today, and we'll continue to cast these games. I don't know what I'm saying. I'm just lost for words, honestly. You know what? Just take it away.
Say what you want. 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 Say what you want.
Who's gonna save me? Who's gonna save me? Who's gonna save me? Who's gonna save me? Who's gonna save me?
Say what you want. 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 Say what you want.
Who's gonna save me? Who's gonna save me? Who's gonna save me? Who's gonna save me?
The loving in my heart won't break it through. I never wanna say that we are through. I'm holding on to what we still have left. And yeah, you know me. The love I give is the love I got. So don't walk away. Don't just leave it all just to watch it fade away. Just to watch it fade away. And yeah, you know me. The love I give is the love I got. So don't walk away. Don't just leave it all just to watch it fade away.
All right, and we are back into it. Hopefully, we will see another tight race. I am excited for these battles, these backs and forths. 11 and 13. That was so close. And even if it got into overtime, they did win by 2. So, I'm just hyped. The excitement is in the air. I went out to the audience, talked to some people there, and I hope you guys could hear us clearer and better now as we get into the second game. Everyone's readying up, including me and Admiral. We are ready to cast for you guys.
Goodness, my goodness, that was just a match to behold. I mean, can we talk about the collat? We have everyone in this booth right now just had pure pog faces, jaws dropping to the floor. Like it was a match made in heaven, literally.
That's gonna be in my dreams tonight. I'm just gonna be remembering that collat as I play more Valorant. And going into it, we're on Ascent. I mean, this is, from what I remember, this is going to be CSUF's pick. And CSUF did, I mean, it feels like the rematch is going kind of like the story. And I would have loved to see if, hey, maybe something would have changed, right? I think these teams are great. They're really strong against each other. They've both been growing, but this is their rematch, and it's playing out exactly like before. The first time they went against each other, you're writing a story, right? The first time, in my notes, it seems as though when I was talking to the teams, they played once before with a 2-1 going to CSUF, and that the lineups for them, like the maps that they played, were Haven, then Ascent, and then Icebox, which, ironically enough, is today's lineup. We have Haven, Ascent, and Icebox coming up next, and if UCR is incapable of pushing through and getting this final, pick, it's going
Select
to
your
be,
agent.
I mean, it's probably going to end up being like the same thing, right? A 2-1 lead.
Before we start going ahead and talking about this, let's not cast a curse this.
Let's not
cast a curse this. This has been probably the hypest game I've seen in a long time, and I just want to see these guys. Like, I just want
to duke it out.
I want to see the fighting come in, the brawling. Look, we even got someone get stabbed in the back. That's just a one. Like, again, you don't get to see that every day, especially with two teams playing this well.
You don't. And honestly, as much as as tight as these games are and as interesting as it is, the analyst in me is just, it's breaking it down. I'm sorry. I know, I'm not going to keep talking about it because I don't want to curse it. Instead, I'm going to break down the team picks here, right? We have Soup again. Soup and Sixer, again, on that Omen. Satofu going with the lineups. Vix with the initiator role, but this time switching it up to KO. Pika going for that Sentinel, but this time also switching it up. No Chambers. The comps, I think, are identical. They are. double initiator, single duelist, controller, sentinel compositions.
Speaking of Omen, there's something that I want to point out here in the particular, and I love my NA audience with all my heart because of North American myself. Stop picking Omen.
What's wrong with picking Omen?
Look, man, NA has a curse of just picking Omen, and every time that happens, he becomes in the meta for a little bit, and then it just kind of dies out because
Dies?
yeah, because EU has a better understanding of smokers in my opinion.
No,
Who
we
said
don't
that? Who
talk
said that?
about that? We don't talk about that here today. Instead, we're going to be talking about the positioning of this team as they're running it down through mid.
Oh, they're just look at that! The Sova Dart! Oh my goodness, the lineups! Come on, guys! Quack! How many times do we have to like cut back to you? You just keep doing the same
Spike
thing over and
planted.
over again.
And it's working. Why would you change it if it's working? They're capable of doing such amazing things, and they're trying to push on this retake all together, all three of them up in CT. But with Crossfire set up and with Sova going to the flank, I don't think it's gonna go for them. Soup tries to get some couple of picks and picks, gets them information, but I don't think it's gonna work out for them as Andrew is able to take out two players with Stoop. Never mind. They're evening out the
One
scoreboard
enemy
as
remaining.
quickly as I say something.
Didn't even get a lot of chance for us to talk. But speaking of lineups, there goes the Sova Dart being able to get a little bit of intel. No one comes in with the confused. Quack! What are you doing? That's two Sova lineup kills, but no! Andrew says, get out of here with that!
You're not gonna come for the flank. You're not gonna do that. Andrew shutting them down with the duelist plays. It's intense gameplay here on this opening map. And now having UCR get the lead just by a little bit, it's gonna be a tight race from here. And you know, last time we had an opening round like this, they forced spot and were able to hold their own, evening out the playing field to one-on-one. But let's see if they can convert this bonus round. As someone says in all chat, ping Spike.
Enemy suppressed.
Ping indeed. Ping indeed, as we're going to go ahead and see exactly how this push goes on. Now, once again, they're playing slow. This seems to be the method of the act. And speaking of playing slow, someone just gets lit up like there's no tomorrow. The right clicks, just making sure that they can go ahead and maybe tag someone. The lineup, the Omen lineup, the one way is going to be able to do something. Looks like he's just going to go ahead and float away. And the avatar is out of there.
Floating, it's so much fun to do. I honestly, sometimes I'll just go and run around and jet in the range. Float around, but nothing has gone yet. They're positioning on the 8 choke. They're trying to get cat control, and Andrew just denying them the control of it.
One enemy remaining.
Man! Never mind, you just died at that moment that I was hyping you up. Why'd you let me down like this? But never mind. This is already
Look who's
going
caster
back
curse.
strong.
Look who's doing the caster curse now. You're hyping up Andrew, and instantly he dies really quickly. His team still wins, but with a 6-1. Oh my gosh, he already has ult. Andrew has ult on round 3, which means it's basically an operator in the hands of Andrew, but without the movement error, which makes it, in my opinion, better.
Dude, come on, hawk it up. Are we just gonna all walk into the line of sight of the jet? Is that how we win this? You know, easy kills.
I mean, they're positioning up for B and packet loss. Seems as though someone is having some more technical difficulties here in the game, and we're going into a technical pause. Again, yeah, I mean, it's, you know, here and there we have a bunch of things. It's just fueling the fire, sprinkling the salt on the, seasoning the event, basically, right? Giving it some more flavor, and just making it a lot more intense. And it's just the 2-round lead for them. They now have to, they hopefully are trying their best to win this, and if they can win this and convert it, it's going to be very good for UCR, and it's going to be, again, a 1-1 game that will lead us into the third and final map, the best of 3. We're asking if they're ready. And because we're on land, it is one of those things where we can't really know what's gonna happen as Sova comes back. We're checking, production's checking in if we're good. The timer isn't ready, and they're going for a B split here. They're gonna probably play it a little bit, faster than normal.
The aggression does come in. Andrew comes in with the swing right there. Imagine it's able to secure 2 kills already. That's strong. The team blind does come in. Andrew just gets blinded by his ally. Unfortunately, Andrew has to fall back with Vix, keep the pressure going. But no! Look at this Jet dual battle. They are proving who is the better Jet here. And Playboy is going hard with this Jet.
Yeah, this is, like I said just a couple seconds earlier, the aggression that comes out from them on tiles gives them a really good push. Andrew pushing in with that Blade Storm, and now he gets them super low. They are at such a health advantage. Andrew picking up a Vandal and holding such an interesting angle up on there. They are split up, but with such low health and with such, a hard play, they have A on lockdown and Andrew just holding down B split up. It is so great for them.
Believe he can catch them, dude. The patience that's coming in from these players is nothing like we've seen before. 30 seconds are on the clock still, and this could go into anyone's favor. This is Valorant, so headshots actually do
30
mean
seconds
something. The slow pushing does come in. The pressure is on. The clock is ticking. 25 seconds. They have to do something. And the best part about this is they don't know where the enemy is at, and this is just gonna be one chaotic duel after another. And Andrew, come on, man, you can do this. I know you can taste the bloodlust that's happening. You're going for the swing. Give me the 4th kill right here, Andrew. And that's a 4K for Andrew.
They're able to convert their bonus round, the aggression on tiles, giving them such a needed victory. But I just want to note the amazing dedication to their plays, having one solid setup on A site with Killjoy, not going for the frags, not going for the help, not going for the rotate, but securing that A site just in case they rotate, and letting Andrew, the top fragger, the absolute beast, going 10-1 with a Vandal and 5,000 credits. Just take it for them. And since they've converted these 3 rounds, it's looking so good for UCR to just take this half, but it's not just this half that they need to worry about.
Andrew, come on, man. Give him a little break here, you know? We want to be able to see some duelist action on the other side, but hey, you know what? I get it. You want to see who's the better duelist here. And speaking of being who's going to want to be the better duelist, Andrew's going to go ahead and my ego peaked this a little bit too hard. He goes in for one and dashes the heck out of there.
Gets out of there really quickly, and now it's going to make it easier for them. Andrew dashing in again into sight, clearing the choke really quickly as JT gets taken off. The trade's going off.
I didn't even get a chance to say anything. The round already ended.
As soon as it started, it ends. And that's just, it's so crazy. It's this aggression that they have to just consistently go for them. I think that they know how to play Ascent, right? UCR told me earlier, hey, that Haven, it's their home turf. It's the place that they love to play. But looking at the statistics and looking at the way they're playing now, I think Ascent is their home turf. They might have misspoken to me earlier.
Maybe they have. Honestly, this could just be also a caster curse here. We did give a little bit of a hype to the other team, and it kind of bit them a little bit because we are writing the script. Andrew, woo, with the flick shot already starting strong.
That one's gotta hurt the wrist. Andrew, you menace with the operator. This is why we give it. This is why they give it to him, the resident operator of the team.
This is why you give it to the Jet. Honestly,
yeah,
this is what Jet is for. Besides Chamber, because honestly, let's be real, Chamber was designed for that as well. But Jet's better in my opinion.
Wow, who's talking about biased casting over here? Jet's better? Huh? Is that what you really like Jet more?
Recalling my bot.
No comment.
No comment, of course. We plead the 5th here as Soup is trying to take and maintain control. They're positioning onto A. It's not an A split, but they're going to hopefully, with nothing really realistically on the choke except for Soup and the turret, creating a small crossfire. It's with the smoke going off, it's going to be hard for Soup to really do much damage here. They're going to have to play. The site has been taken, and they haven't planned a spike, but they might have to play for retake here if they don't push for it.
Look, there's something interesting right there. Andrew, never mind. Andrew just took it away from me.
He's the one pushing.
He's the one pushing on this as he goes ahead and takes the first thing to the head. The plant is up. Andrew has to do something with this. He's going to go for the wall bang, but catches absolutely no one. That op isn't going to one-shot if it goes to the wall. The pop flash comes in. He swings hard. They're going to go ahead and get a beautiful line of sight, and it's going to be Pika. Woo, Pika, come on.
These plays are phenomenal. A flawless victory for defenders. We have an Omen ult on one side, and now we have just a rampant build-up. Andrew, 14-1 with that operator. They have dedicated an op and an Odin to securing their victory, making CSUF blue bleed. They're not bleeding blue, they're bleeding red here with the losses. They have 5 rounds down. They're able to convert so many things one after another with multiple frag wins and multiple defuses right off the bat. They're setting up in Cat to maintain control there because they don't want to have
Get out of
anyone
my
pushing
way.
through there, as Andrew takes early aggression here and spots them out on tiles.
Andrew goes ahead and gets the first pick already. That double swing isn't going to help if you're just lining up for Andrew. Look at this Killjoy with the setup, but if he does fall, Pika does fall. That's not going to be any slow pushing for them. She is going to go ahead and swing this in, but the shorty is in the hands of Andrew. He is getting tagged up. He's getting lit up. They want this Jet dead. He's going to keep the pressure on, takes a blind shot, but nothing comes off of it just yet. She is angry. He is coming in with that ulti, the Blaze Storm. He manages to miss a couple of shots, but he's going to keep the pressure on. The wall bang is coming up, and nothing of it yet. The plant is down.
And with an even playing field here and multiple ultimates still on the board, it could go to anyone's game, and there we see the knife going out to find out people's positions. As the Tofu gets Playboy with a wall bang. No null command for you. He says there's still 100 Fury left to secure it. A Sixer makes it even with a 3-3.
Speaking of which, Vix comes back with that trade. The defuse is coming on. Vix with the nade. It looks like Sixer is by himself. He's going to be able to swing for it. And Vix, come on, 3 kills for the man, the myth, the legend.
Not only 3 kills, but also a null command as they just narrowly get the defuse out. And it was very close with 0.06 seconds left on the clock. A little bit of trolling almost bit them, but now attackers are going to go for a timeout here to hopefully rethink some of their strategy. I see Admiral here with a hand over his face. He's stunned, just like I am about this type of situation. They did absolutely amazing on that retake here, right? And I think that now attackers are going to be talking about how Andrew is their win con. Andrew fragging out and his teammates setting him up for getting those kills with multiple rounds won on retake here later, but also multiple rounds won just simply from fragging out on Andrew's part. They need to take him out. It's going to be a 100 Thieves Ascent type of battle where 100 Thieves is just going to be avoiding Andrew the entire time like they did CNED.
Honestly, if that's their trump card, then I don't think that's the best option here. Because look at the team dynamic. Andrew's not the only one just getting 3Ks. Look at everyone else. Vix is just popping off. They're swinging together. They're making sure that they can clear sites. We have Andrew, Vix, Soup, Pika, Sotofa. I mean, look, they're getting wall bangs with the Odin.
Now that one's not too hard to get to with paper thin walls on Ascent. I mean, Ascent is very well known for having some thin walls and, just wall bang ability through the roof, right? And the whole point of it is that you want to, play for those angles. As Andrew is taking an aggressive stance here from the opening rounds. The knife goes out. The Omen one way is there, and it's now the utility is down. The turret can't push for anything. They're just getting ready there to push. I mean, they're just waiting, right? They're being stopped in their tracks every single time. Well, not only with the knife for KO, the 0 point, but also with Andrew's aggressive playstyle here with these paper-thin walls.
Look, man, they're dodging Andrew after this point, so this is just their win conditioning here, but look.
That's what I'm saying. This is what I said earlier. That's the whole point. Why not? Why not do it? Come on, Admiral.
Speaking of win conditions here, the duelist fight is going to be coming on as Vix is going to go ahead and toss some nades out just to make sure that they can't rotate. 55 seconds is on the clock. The one lineup smokes are up, but it looks like they're not going to be able to do anything. Look at that Sova lineup dart managing to bounce back into their allies. It's not going to be helpful if you're tagging your own teammates here. Andrew holding this once again with that operator, making sure that he can get some picks here. And they have Sixer holding mid. Now, nothing has happened just yet. They're both all playing really patiently here with 30 seconds on the clock. Something has to happen.
30 seconds
CSUF
left.
has to be able to do something on one of these sites, but UC are holding down angles very toughly. Look at this KO ultimate coming in. 22 seconds on the clock. They have to push. Something needs to happen here, but speaking of something needs to happen here, the wall bang comes in. Sixer on the flank, securing another trend. Playboy comes in with the kill and simply
seconds left.
retaliating with that corner peek there. And this is going to be Plant with 7 seconds left.
Spike planted.
Honestly, I love the change of pace. Attackers did just have a timeout and discuss this. They are now playing super slow with 7 seconds left on the clock before Plant. Very long, but is Andrew going to get timing right now? Oh, he spots him out. Nope, not timing just yet. Andrew jumping, doing some broad maneuvers here with the shorty out of all the guns. Trying to even out the scoreboard as Fix is taken up by his counterpart, and Andrew picking up a Vandal instead dashes in because it's free charge and he's just going for it. It's Andrew versus the world. He wants to make it a nice 7-0 on the leaderboard.
Make it 7-0 indeed, but he does manage to get tagged out very heavily. 37 HP, and the Dream isn't going to do anything if you're going to go in against 2 people with very high HP. But speaking very high HP, check your corners, guys!
Oh my gosh, they didn't check that weird off angles. Attackers do get a win for timing, but everyone's dead. The entire leaderboard has been wiped. But just looking at the economic situation, it's still... Andrew's still able to afford, basically just afford an operator. He can just buy it. He doesn't have to worry about it. Satofu, with 5,000 creds, he's going to be good for next round too. They're not bleeding at all in terms of economy. They're not even that, I don't think they're even that phased, but they do need to rethink some of their strategy because they were patient, and patience is a virtue. But for UCR, right, who's now 6-1, they've just lost a round, you know, and CSUF Blue, we've seen them have immense patience. They might want to rethink their aggressive plays and hold sight just a little bit closer so that it doesn't get overrun as easily.
Drew has the op again in his hands. Can we just talk about that for a second? He has the op again in his hands.
They have enough money. Why not?
Might as well do it. If it's working, it's working. If it ain't broken, don't fix it. We're gonna be going ahead and seeing exactly what their plan is. Soup is going to go ahead and go with the rotate back onto A side, making sure that KL stays alive a little bit longer. The ultimate difference is going to be here coming in from the Omen and Sova. A minute on the clock. Still, anything can happen.
Anything can happen in the world of Valorant. That is just such a powerful thing to discuss and talk about because it's a 1 minute 30-second game, 90 seconds in total, but slow pushes, fast pushes, planning spike within 10 seconds, planning spike with 10 seconds left. It's just intense.
10 seconds left is always the worst part about it. The nail biters comes in. Vix is going to be tossing in some shots into the smoke. Playboy coming in with the plant. 30 seconds left, but they're going to go ahead and secure the first kill. Vix does fall. Simply might be able to get the trade onto Andrew and do something, but it looks like he's going to be going with the free fire. Andrew is tagged heavily. They're not checking their corners. This is the retaliation against Andrew. Apika comes in with another swing, but no, she does fall.
And it's now just up to Satofu.
Oh,
and
Satofu!
Oh my god.
Oh, the pressure is on. He could still win this. There's still enough time, but 35 HP and a Dream can only take him so far. He's gonna go ahead and pick the Phantom. He's gonna go in for the swing, but no, Playboy with the free fire.
Oh my gosh, this was intense. They didn't check their corners this time. It's weird to see. I think that they were gonna try to double swing and into it and have a crossfire setup, swinging with a crossfire, one on the right, one on the left, into catwalk, so they didn't need to check their corners, but it didn't work out for them. They were too hyped. The spike was down. They really wanted to win. It didn't work out for them in their favor, and now, after coming off of 2 losses in the second half, if we see another roll and we make it 6-6 again, I'm going to be really excited.
Talk about the irony of not checking your corners.
It happens to the best of us. I mean, it happens to either side. Have you never had that happen to you, Admiral?
Well, no, because everything I do is perfect, as every Valorant player says.
Of course, always perfect. I check every angle.
It's not my fault. It's my teammates' fault, guys. Come on.
Swing together, we say. As each person gives them a 1v1 running in through the chokes.
You should run.
Oh my
Speaking of
god.
1v1ing, here we go. The Killjoy ultimate is active. Lockdown is in play. Minute on the clock, but it does get destroyed actually. It doesn't go all the way through, but it looks like some info is gained. 55 seconds on the clock. Playboy just getting lit up here. Oh, that's quite unfortunate. The Shark Dart's barely missing him, but that's still no armor for Playboy.
Oh my gosh. Look at oh, I'm muted. Oh no, I'm not muted. Sorry. Look at the ultimate differential here. They have so much on the defense side that I think that if it comes down to it, we're gonna see that lockdown and the Sova Dart and Sova Hunter Shuri come out to just secure
30 seconds
their
left.
round. And as I say that, the Sova gets taken. Oh my god.
No,
Everyone gets taken
this
out.
is unfortunate right here. Just the trade be trade kill. Everyone is just
planted.
falling. Dominoes, man. Dominoes.
Dominoes, the Kings fall, going 6-0, and now being taken out on a roll. I mean, and look at just the economy. The tides have turned, and the economy has shifted into favor of CSUF. CSUF is now 3 rounds into this roll, right? They've 3 rounds gained and 3 rounds left in this half for them to win. So it's still anyone's game. I'm just at the tip of my toes, the tip of my seat, getting super excited as Pika is going with it.
Get out of my way.
Killjoy?
Yeah, we've seen that before. We've honestly seen that before. It's one of the more newer things that I've just recently discovered. But going back to the game here real quick, you're gonna see G taking shots from the turret, going ahead and dueling it with the classic. Sai is in the clear for them already, taking the fight up to the top. The right click and that ulti is gone. Unfortunate right there. But G is gonna go ahead and make sure that secured kill is going in for them. The Killjoy ultimate is active, trying to get some pressure on the spot. They can destroy it with the solo ultimate. Andrew with the lineup managing to secure another kill with the ulti, and Bix following it up. That pressure is on. Andrew comes in once again, but it looks like he's gonna be able to miss the shots. It's gonna be Sixer finishing him off. Bix keeping the pressure on. That's another kill for his team, and it's Quack all alone once again. The Silver God does it!
And he
Good
does
thing
it
I
and
was
wins
with
it
you.
for his team
Yes.
in this clutch. It is going to be a roll for both teams as a timeout gets started for defense side here. They need to rethink their strategies severely. It is insane how these clutches are coming out. The Sova lineup, Larry, is not more. He's more than just that. He's capable of doing so much more, as we were told. And Andrew, as I was told, what's the? Oh, JH's just running in the air, just kind of like floating.
Okay, Avatar: The Last Airbender, just floating
Suspended
along.
in
Airbending is
space.
active, but oh my God, the back-to-back plays. We just love to see this. And look, earlier, the last game we saw a perfect lineup coming in for the chamber. Now this time, the retaliation of the perfect 3K lineup. Woof.
Many lineups indeed. The thing I'm more interested in discussing is just simply needs to rally his team and his group, right? They just won 4 rounds in a row, and it's their first LAN, so they were probably really down, right? They're really down when they got that 6, but now I think simply with being a little bit of a veteran in the scene, he helped his team out tremendously with not only their morale but also with their ability to play the game. And with defense side now, they need to rethink their strategy severely, and hopefully their morale is increasing. And now it's going to be a tense battle as we see a save coming out from defense. But also I think in that timeout they were discussing what they're going to do for the second half, as they should be.
Bix already getting tagged. That's not looking good for that armor right there, but it looks like Sutofa is going to be taking this duel with the Marshal. And speaking of taking duels, the Sheriff is back in town.
Love sheriffs. Deagles, they can sway the tide of any game really quickly. They're on a save round. They only have Deagles, 1 Marshal, and 1 Vandal in play. And yet, look at the state of the game.
Here.
2 players are down for CSUF Blue, and UCR is doing pretty healthy right now. I mean, it's too early to say anything because there is a difference in weapons and not too much of a difference in ultimates, but it's wild to see how Thrifties could just appear out of nowhere.
Oh my God, Playboy almost getting caught out right there. They actually did manage to get some line of sight on him. 40 seconds on the clock. Will he be able to go ahead and go for the swing? I don't think so. Playboy is playing something very risky. Like a Playboy himself, he's doing some very nonchalant things. And honestly, I don't think he could
30
be able to
seconds
do
left.
anything with this time on his hands. There's too much at stake here, but never mind. He goes in with that ulti. The ulti fire is going to be coming beneficial here if he decides to take some duels. The gate is getting close, but he goes in for the swing, and Pika goes ahead and takes him out. The Sheriff is back into the play, but
Spike
Quack
down
goes in
A.
with another trade, but no, Pika is just saying no to that push. Spike is down. 10 seconds. I don't think Sixer can do anything for the team. He's going to go ahead for the white swing, but he takes out Playboy, but no, it goes back and forth once again.
Defenders are able to clutch
Last
this
round
up.
before
The
the
timeout
switch.
really helped them rethink their strategy. Almost playing for retake there. Spike does go down really quickly, and even with, again, like I was saying with the Deagles, right? You're capable of coming back really quickly, just holding those angles and playing patiently, waiting for the other team to make a mistake. And they made a mistake. They fought up against them, and now they're gonna, they have 3 guns that they saved and a little bit of a better economy here with Satofu sitting at almost at 5K. I thought he was gonna buy for his team, honestly.
Andrew, my goodness, just give us a second before you start doing things, man.
Andrew's thirsty for the first bloods. What do you mean? He needs to get them.
First, come on, man. At least let me get to a position where I can watch exactly what's happening here. You're just kind of popping off with the shots, hip fire. The make right click over here.
I mean, Sheriff wallbang, that would be a story in and of itself.
Andrew's already proven himself with our storytelling as it goes already, but Vix is actually might take the duels here. Ooh, he does get shot up a little bit. He's gonna go ahead and panic and use that ultimate. The pop blast just come in, but it looks like they're just gonna go ahead and rotate. That's looking very good because that means a less ultimate for them. That means that they can't be pushing onto them for any longer. Pika is by himself, and I don't think they're anticipating. Never mind, he's with Andrew. Ooh, Andrew! Ooh, a little hesitant on that spray. Vix secures the kill onto Playboy. The better KO does take the first kill. Pika coming in, helping out his teammate Andrew, managing us to get out of there alive. There's gonna be Satofa going in with the swings, but no, Sova. The Sova fights are coming back, but Quack once again securing more kills than he probably should be. And the fake TP is out.
And we also got to see, I think the Omen ult was able to go off just to bamboozle him even more out of Soup with his ultimate abilities just to confuse and bamboozle. And now it seems this time is going in favor of attackers. They need to get the plant down and the pressure is on. It seems like it's going to be going in front of Gen on default, but they're going to have to play this retake. And with it's interesting. They have full health but less players. So
One enemy
who
remaining.
knows? This Quack Smack makes it even less players.
Quack, come on. He's helping out his teammate. That little panic spray does really affect your aim if you're just running and gunning, because let's face it, they decided to nerf that not so long ago, but Soup can make the changes. A lot to happen here. Some droning is at play. Soup does have very unfortunate timing for this heat. The bomb is active. He's going to go ahead and come in with the swing, but no, the wallbang comes in from G. Woo! Just
Last player
perfect all
standing.
around. And he
Love playing off each other's contact. They were playing off
Switching
like,
sides.
Quack Smack was, I think he ended up shock darting himself, but with JG peeking and not having to peek Quack Smack peeking into heaven, finding him, and then JG was capable of easily wall banging him. Just goes to show how well oiled these teams are, as it's 7-5. Anything can happen in this half. It is still in favor of attack side now, but UCR is in favor of them. But CSUF Blue really needs to go. CSUF Blue really needs to push up here just to end it, if they want to end it in the second half.
Well, there's still a lot of potential of them just being flopped around. I mean, come on, this is Valorant. There is still that curse of, the rounds are coming back. But as the rounds are going on, they're going to go ahead and start off strong here. Andrew's going to be taking up mid, but they're going to go ahead and instead draw him out some attention, making sure that he can go ahead and push through mid. They're giving up a lot of space just to be able to maintain some pressure on, but you know what? That's going to be playing into their favor. Andrew going ahead and pushing onto it, Sixer, making sure that the site is clear, but the turret's going to be able to dink a little bit of Andrew. That means no health. 22 HP less means nothing but of it, but it looks like Simply does manage to fall, get a kill before he does manage to get a kill before he falls. Quacksmack with the Sova lineups again. Honestly, if you say Quacksmack 3 times in the mirror, then he's gonna appear there. Let's just be honest. This is gonna be a Sova lining up a dart at you if you say it 3 times in the mirror.
Beetlejuice, Quacks.
Hey, don't say it. He's gonna.
We don't know. Spike is down, and they are playing this really well.
Last player
Swarming
standing.
them really quickly. It's all up to Andrew, the fragger of the group. I get caught off on guard. Quack's back, coming through. And now that I said it for a third time, are we gonna be seeing some crazy stuff come out?
I think we're already seeing that come out. Look at Kim. He's just taking these duels non-stop. Honestly, we keep talking about how Cracksback comes up with these lineups and he secures them every single time. It's kind of scary, if I'm being honest. It's pretty scary.
Honestly, he's just master of geometry. My guess, he doesn't even know lineups. He just shoots. He just shoots the luck.
He's just doing right angle trigonometry as he's playing the game. He's got a pen and paper. He's like, carry the 2 divided by 3.
He's that level of big boys. Sarcasm aside, they're playing really well, tightening scoreboard, trying to make it a 7-7 here in the second half, and it could go to anyone. Really, Kenneth JG's trying to get a first one. They all get fucked out for
Speaking of getting spun out, but Garage Andrew doesn't know that they're right there. Safosa managing to go ahead and turning off the trades, but it's gonna be a knock, big knock. Look at that kill feed come up. Oh my goodness, the clones are just killing each other off. And it's nerf for nothing here with Playboy as he has the little toy gun.
that
Spike
Spectre skin
planted.
so much.
It's honestly one of the better ones. If they change the animation for it, I think I'd want it.
Last player standing.
Oh my gosh, the tofu!
Okay, never mind. Playboy still having a chance right there. He does toss a nade. He's gonna go. Oh, he does dink him a little bit. Playboy, come on, Playboy, you can do this. You can do this. No, check the right side.
I love the dedication from Soup, just sitting there. He was like, I'm taking some damage, but he just sits there. The discipline that they have to be just Soup, showing us the Omen diff here a little bit, right? He might not be fragging out as much, but he's playing so intelligently with his smokes, sitting in them and smoking off crucial chokes for his team. For attack side here, it's 2 rounds, right? They're going back and forth here in the second half. They lost the bonus. I think they lost the bonus round, but now it's going to go into the rifle round with defense needs to save. They don't have they can't afford full buy or anything for that matter.
Revealing area.
They're not gonna be affording the full buy, but taking these peaks with an econ round is not the best option. It's kind of like taking a duel against an operator with a classic. It's like, really, you want to try that just for fun, or do you want to try it because you have nothing else?
I mean, it'd be fun and because you have nothing else. I mean, it's a win-win situation. Kinda. A little bit.
I don't know, man. When I do it, everyone gets mad at me.
They get mad at you until you get out jumping right click dash in, you get some prod maneuvers.
Look, man, last time I checked, Brimstone's Steam Beacon got buffed, so I'm the new jet in town, okay? I'm just saying.
That buff thankfully got debuffed. Only one stim per round, so it's a good thing. But I think that's why they're not.
Ooh, sixer!
Oh my god, the timing!
Oh no, he doesn't have the second shot. That is quite unfortunate right there. It looks like Simply is gonna go ahead and try to do the same thing, but does fall. This is looking very good as the strong push comes in. The flanking shotgun is out, but no, Vix secures the kill. The Classic's missing a couple of shots. Vix, come on, he wants another one. Quack! These lineups are insane.
And now it's a 1v1 situation. He still has some stuff going for him. Gonna break down the wall and get it. Paper thin life. Soup is at such low HP right now. And I don't know if Quacksmack knows, but he also has that bamboozle factor of utilizing the Omen TP. And with that dart going off, I think he's convinced that he knows he's somewhere in hell.
Oh, he's gonna tap it. He's gonna go for the swing, but no! Unfortunately, Soup does not have enough HP.
We're going into 8-7. The rounds are going one after another. It's anyone's game, and I'm hyped. Quacksmack with his, his favorite. He got a little tuck spray right there. It works out perfectly for him.
It is just a back-to-back. They are proving once more who is the better team. And honestly, this is just great for the viewership as well, because this is an intense nail-biting match.
I am definitely biting my nails here. I'm just excited to see this. The Omen TP did not go out from the shadows, but we do have a Hunter's Fury still on the board for both teams. No ultimates just yet. A couple of people really close to it, and they're probably going to start farming it as 2 hostiles are detected in, I think, A main.
Right now, a minute and 30 is still on the clock. Anything can still happen. Playboy's going to go ahead and destroy this door, making sure that they can't control side just yet. But look at this. We see another op in play, and it's going to be in the hands of JG here. So anything is still possible. The slow pushing is coming in. Andrew does have that sheriff, and you know what? He can still be the man in town, popping headshots. But a minute is still on the clock. Nothing yet.
We're hopefully going to see something here as they try to push through this choke from A main, and the smokes go off in mid to help out his teammates, right? He very admirable plays here from Soup, but the knife goes out to just to make sure that they're still there, and they are. So now, being caught out, spread out like this, I think that
Bot coming back.
Vance is very confident. They don't have to worry too much about what's going on.
Well, they do have to worry about it a little bit much more because 40 seconds are on the clock. So Tofa's going to go ahead and toss some darts there. It does manage to tag this KO for just a little bit. JH's with the operative, but does get blinded. 24 HP. He's not going to be able to peek this out just about yet. The nade is coming up. Doesn't miss the shot. These wall bangs, if one shot lands on him, JH can fall. Hunter's Fury is up. It's going to go ahead and secure the kill on Pika. Only managing to be able to secure just a couple shots on this Vix is going to go for the plant. 16 seconds on the clock. He does get blinded. The shock dart is up. Doesn't manage to get the land up just yet, but Andrew goes on with the swing against Team. Soup retaliating once again. Simply just getting a traded Quack with the 3K again. Can he go for the 4K? Give it to me. The Sova lineups are there.
Found them.
He's trying to line it up with the Marshall play. Quack! I can't tell if you're reading his name or quacking because he is going crazy with it. 8 and 8, and they played that retake beautifully, coming in from heaven and taking a little bit of the damage. They can't decide yet who's going to get the defuse, but simply takes it to farm up that ultimate just a little bit more. It is such a tense matchup. We're going back and forth, left and right, up and down in every direction, and no one is pulling ahead. My prediction, overtime? I predicted this last time and I was incorrect, but who knows?
Anything could happen. Again, this is Valorant. This is just like, look, the script keeps writing itself. This is the 8th draft we've gotten already.
8th draft? How many drafts are we going to get until we can finally say, hey, this is what is going to happen. This is how we're going to do it.
I don't know, is there a song that Riot made that's going to focus on one team other than the other?
This will be the day I die for you.
Speaking of which, Playboy's going to go ahead and get caught out here. He might just die for his team on this one. He's going to go ahead and start destroying this door. Attacker Killjoy ultimate. The lockdown is down. Playboy trying to see if he can destroy it with that wall bang, but nothing's going to be able to come out of it. He's got to get out of there before he gets locked down. Boy, but no, he gets a kill with the nade! And it's going to be a trade v trade kill as they go ahead and get through the signal with the reload. Does manage to catch him off guard for just 1 second. Slippy is going to go and push this slowly.
Slow pushes are definitely the name of the game as Playboy gets Andrew gets multiple picks. I was just going to talk about how they're positioning for this post plant, but I can't even do anything like that. Andrew,
Yes, with the ace! Andrew with the ace!
Oh, I think it's the first ace we've seen in this entire series, and coming from someone as dominant as Andrew, nonetheless, it's just so much hype in the air right now, going back and forth, tit for tat, 1 and 2, and the timeout to hopefully slow them down. They have multiple ultimates on the board. They're going to be talking about how they're going to use these ultimates. The null command used for retake and for aggressive picks. The 2 really great ultimates for just not only that you could use one that could be used for aggressive retakes or just aggressive plays in general, and one that's just really just like right off rip. You know, with the Omen TP that you could just TP right at the beginning and flank hard, or just juke them out and, you know, pull away some utility and some resources to cover that flank. It would be very crucial for them in this coming round. They want to secure it. Defenders want to secure this victory and have it a 2-0 game. So it's all up to them. They're on home soil and they're on home ground.
My goodness. Oh, this neck and neck. It's honestly, this is just like a caster's dream right here.
Again, I'm going to be dreaming about that off shot. Speaking of dreams, I just had to note that. I'm going to be dreaming about thinking about how well Simply was able to just put down 2 people. And then with the 3K that's lining up for Quack, it was just 2 amazing players on that team on CSUF. They have great plays, but in terms of numbers, they were doing pretty, you know, they're keeping up, but now it's 1 down, so who knows? Who knows? There's a lot to say and a lot to talk about, but
A lot to say indeed. Alright, we get to see the KO ultimate. No one is on site, so this is going to be one clean plant for them. KO does have the bomb, so they're just going to go ahead and plant. Pressure is on already. CSUF has to do something about it, but they retaliate with their own ultimate here. It looks like they still have the Killjoy ulti, and they can still do something about the Soup. Is going to be covering the angle against JG's here, but it looks like the blind does come in. They can't do anything about it. Soup is going to go ahead. Wait, Soup! They just walked into Soup! What is happening here? Quack going ahead with another 2K for himself. Andrew does get blinded for this. He's going to keep the pressure on. Looks like Vix is going to go ahead and line this up, but Sutofa comes up with his own lineup himself and manages to take out Sixer. The pressure, the
Last
wall
player
bang,
standing.
Quack Smack. Can you do this? It's a 1v1. He goes in for the right click. It doesn't do enough, but he's going to go ahead and toss a pop flash. Quack, once again, on his own. He goes in for the swing. He finishes it off, but does he have the time to defuse?
No, I can't believe it. There's no time to defuse. There was just the second ring was starting to go, and it's pulling ahead by 2 rounds in favor of UCR. The economy is down for CSUF Blue, and UCR is capable of I think they're still capable of buying. Although I think Satofu is, I think Andrew, with having that ultimate ready, is going to utilize it instead to help him out in this final game. He has ultimate, and with the ultimate of his teammates, I think he's going to push really hard. But CSUF Blue, they did a timeout, and I don't think it worked for them. It only allowed UCR to rethink their strategies even more and counter it. Andrew being very cautious not to get into that KO knife, so he can keep his ulti.
He's gonna go ahead and keep this out. Andrew does miss the suppression here for a second. That is actually very beneficial for him because he does manage to get caught out. He is gonna get silenced for just a few seconds, but he still does get to keep his ultimate, unlike some other agents who just get entirely shut down. Now we do have a minute and 15 seconds on the clock. Still anyone's game here. No one is getting picked off just yet. But the lineups are here. We might be able to see some rotates through mid. Something might just come up in a few seconds. Quack already got tagged. I just noticed that. That's a bit unfortunate. He does have less armor, but it looks like JG does have the ulti right there. He does miss some brutal shots on this one. He does get traded off. Unfortunate right there. Andrew going up with the pressure. He's going to go ahead and dash into there. He knows that Omen is in that smoke. He can still get the kills. He's going to go ahead and get some pre-fire option for that, but the TP managed to come up, but no, Vic secures the kill onto Sixer.
Enemy remaining.
And look at this. They're having control all over the map.
Flawless.
It seems like a flawless victory for UCR. We're going to Icebox. We're going to Icebox. We're going to map 3. It's a tight game, but with 2 more rounds for them to win, and I mean, anything can still happen. They have the ability to purchase weaponry, so that's great. They have the ability to buy stuff, but is that going to be enough? And if UCR wins this round, they're going to bleed. CSUF Blue is incapable of, they're going to be incapable of winning. It's because they could try and take it to overtime, but it's going to be really difficult.
It's going to be challenging indeed, as Pika is going to keep this on. The turret is active, making sure that he can't catch anyone on the rotate. Hopefully he's able to see something that no one else is able to see. Vix is going to keep the pressure on as well. Holding this angle, it looks like they're going to be trying to go for an A plant. Probably not the best option here, as they're going to go ahead and make sure that the rotations are active. Going to be holding this on. We can see the overpressure already coming in, as Quacksmack is going to keep the rotate on, making sure that that healthy activity is there. He does get tagged out right here. Sixer's location is revealed. The smoke is up. That's a panic delay, making sure that no one pushes just yet. The nade does get tossed in there, but they're going to be once again slow pushing this, making sure that a lot of utility is already being used. 55 seconds on the clock. Anything can still happen. The Sova ultimate, the Omen ulti, the Killjoy ult, but it looks like a silence does come on, managing to catch 2 people out. Not looking good.
Ultimates are definitely on the table here to secure rounds. That's what they're really useful as Andrew tries to break through that choke and manages to get onto a clear site. They're going to need to play for retake. They see a smoke, so they're making sure just a wall. Hey, just in case. You don't know if anyone's in there. As
30
Vix gets
seconds.
plant off.
Spike planted.
Plant does get caught off, but it looks like the Sova Dart doesn't manage to catch up where Vix is at. The ulti does get procced. This is looking very good here. Quacksmack, Sixer coming in with the push here. Can they double swing this? No, they get traded off once again. It's 2v down. Quacksmack comes in with the trade onto it. The pressure keeps coming. JCheese swings really hard and gets a kill. And the ulti does come. Killjoy keeping that pressure on, but it looks like the Hunter's Fury is there just to destroy that ulti. Making sure that his teammates stay up. JCheese managing to secure another kill, being by himself, but it looks like Sutofa.
Revealing area.
Oh, Sutofa doesn't have enough time to be able to swing this. He goes in for the trade once again, but it looks like the defuse does come up, and unfortunately, not enough time.
And now with defenders winning, utilizing everyone, ults have been wiped. They now need to worry lot about this, because I was saying that if somehow UCR was able to win this round, it was game over. But now with CSUF Blue winning this and having a really a good buy, it's not a healthy economy per se, with Quacksmack going with a Phantom and a Light
The best
Shield
of the
and
best
having
only
2
forget to
SMGs
fight.
instead. It's going to be a tighter race, right? CSUF Blue is now back in it on the defense side here. They have a fully set up choke onto Ace, so you think no one can push through there. And Sixer being, his own sort of a choke on Cat. They're positioned so far up. They're positioned so far up into it, into mid, into C. They're. I hope they don't make a mistake. I mean, I like the aggression, which is a great play, but thankfully Playboy falls back just a bit. He doesn't want to make an error. He wants to get the timing on them.
Timing with that nerf for nothing. Blaster once again. Playboy holding this angle very closely. A minute on the clock. Will they be able to swing into his little trap that he has? The knife is active in 2 seconds. Overdart is going to be ready for here. Question is, will they be using it? And they're going to be using it indeed. They're going to be ready, waiting for the swing. Attack and Killjoy ultimate is active. Playboy can be able to do something to destroy it. And looks like they don't catch him just yet. They haven't turned around yet. They haven't turned around. They haven't noticed him, but unfortunately he wastes a lot of ammo already trying to destroy that Killjoy ultimate. Andrew taking 2 kills for the team. This is already looking very healthy. 4 people up. It's about an almost even playing field. Andrew did get tagged a little bit, but he does not fall just yet. Soup's going to go for the plant. 30 seconds on the clock. Mix comes in with that nade, making sure that pressure stays on. Andrew, come on, man, give me some bloodlust. He's going to go in for the swing, and he goes in and gets a nice 3rd kill for himself. 79 HP and a dream. He's going to keep it on, keep it going, give him the ace once again. But no, JG says, sit down, boy. I'm the better Jet. And he's going to go ahead and keep it classic with the right click. He dashes through, securing one more kill. Maybe not. Scoop. Very low HP. Simply goes in for the defuse just to get a little bit of bait. Soup might be able to do it, but no, he does get tagged by that KG turret.
My gosh, they do have enough time to defuse, and that's another round in favor of CSUF Blue. They're still in it to win it, and now with an 11-10, they did get an entire wipe, which means, hey, they did a great job, but look at that. I don't think that they're going to be able to fully buy, and the timeout coming out from attack side to hopefully slow them down. They need to just win 2 more rounds to secure it, or at least 1 more round to get into overtime. I don't think they want to get into overtime, but worst case scenario, they need 1 more. This timeout, they're going to be talking about how they played that. They blundered it really not the best way. Soup kind of looking a little lost just a bit there. He was cool, composed, Omen, TPs, and bamboozlement, but the chaos not working in Omen's favor this time, actually working in the favor of Jet, who was able to dash around, and the KJ turret taking a little bit of ticks off on him. I think that the positioning of CSUF Blue and the way that they've adapted to this gameplay, especially on LAN, they've done an amazing job being aggressive when necessary and passive. Like aggressive on retake and passive in that situation where they didn't peak together, which is kind of sad to see, but playing off of that contact, finding, Simply knew where, he knew where Soup was. He wasn't afraid. He had his friend get contact.
Look, not being afraid is arguably one of the better things that you can do as a Valorant player, because let's face the facts.
Especially as an IGL. Simply's their IGL.
Even better.
Yeah.
It goes to show that you have the confidence. If you display the confidence to your team will follow you suit. I've seen this happen before with a lot of teams where their IGL isn't maybe confident with their plays and they start to doubt themselves as players, but you don't see that here with Simply.
I just know Pika also IGL, and I believe Pika is IGL, both of them on the KJ. They're both really confident in their playstyle, although we see Simply doing something better. Sixer breaking... Oh, that's such a smart play from Sixer. He puts down the door and then breaks it because it's better for defense to have that open for retake.
They've been actually doing that for the past, I think, couple rounds here, because every time that pressure comes on, they immediately destroy it. But if you notice, though, they're not doing it for the other site. The door is still there, and if they can't get it down before the team rotates, they're kind of wasting their time.
Look at the rotates, and to bring that up again, everyone's closer to be the 5 agents detained, giving them all the information they need to know where they are, trying to slow it down with the fragments, but they need to rotate quickly as they do Satofu and Quacksmack.
Once again, the trades are just popping off. The kill feed is coming. The swing does come in. Playboy is kind of caught off in a little bit of a situation as he goes in. The right click doesn't manage to secure the kill. Andrew doesn't say, I don't need that. I got a classic in my pocket. That's our original
30
play as he
seconds
tries to go in for the right click, but does miss a couple shots here. Cracksmack is going to go ahead and make sure that they don't plant for the default here. The wall bangs coming in. Quack. The blind does get tossed out. A little bit of an interesting blind there. It's managed to only catch him and only push them for just a little bit. Simply goes in, but he does get blinded right here. Andrew goes and gets the swing up. It's a 1v2. Anything can still happen. Andrew, we've seen you do this, mate. We could do this once again, but it's JG. And he do it. No, he does walk out a little bit too slow, but no, Andrew secures it once more.
All I'm seeing here is UCR has guaranteed themselves a shot at overtime and now put the pressure back onto CSUF. Their economy is at an all-time low. I think they're gonna force buy here so they can hopefully stay in it and not lose this round. CSUF Blue put up an amazing fight for a long time. For a hot second there, I thought that they were gonna win, just straight up, because they had the numbers advantage, but they blundered it so quickly. You gotta stick together. When you have the numbers advantage, sticking together is the most important part. We saw UCR do that perfectly, playing off of each other's contact. One person went down to I think it was to JG, but JG did end up going down because he didn't isolate his 1v1s, and he got swung by two people from two different angles nonetheless.
Getting swung by two angles isn't the best option. And look, it happens a lot in Valorant where you just get double peeked and there's really nothing you can do about it, but just hope to right gods that you manage to at least take one with you. But if you notice here, they're playing patiently once again. There's a minute on the clock. They're just waiting to see how much utility does get used, because if they're using Omen Smokes, that's utility that can be really going for them. That means they can't retake. They have to wait the 30 seconds just to be able to get the smoke back. Playboy tosses out a knife, manages to catch two. A little bit of intel. They're going to go ahead and send one down. JT goes in with the rotate. But once again, they're just doing it for the ulti, or they're not doing it for anything else at this point.
I mean, getting the ult point is still a valiant effort and a valiant fight to start farming it. Speaking of ultimates, we have the null command going off and some lineups coming out from...
It's a bait, though!
God.
It's a bait! They over-rotated here, and they know that there's an Omen in that smoke, so they're going to go ahead and get the pre-fires, but no, Sixer managing to get the blind shot! He lines up those Vandal lines back at him. The door is shut down, and Andrew does go for the plant here. It's 5v3. But we've seen Andrew do more work than he can probably handle here, and it looks like this could be going into their favor once again. Andrew's going to go ahead and take the challenge, see if he can find anyone. He goes in for the corner here. They know where he's at. Sixer manages to catch him. Andrew does fall. Simply comes in with the jump. The jumping headshot lands on it, and Playboy just gets that gun and goes gun-ho.
And now that we have another win from CSUF, overtime is looming on us faster than we can say anything. CSUF Blue doing an amazing job with a quick rotate from them. They did get bamboozled, but their rotate was fast, especially on a map like Ascent. It's not too much of a worry. If it was on Breeze, the rotate would be long and it would be harder to do. Even on Haven, it's definitely difficult, but on Ascent, it's a map that's a little bit close. You could run through CT and grab them up really quickly. I love that they played together this time, sticking together as comrades and going in for the kills. They had the numbers advantage, taking out a couple of players early on, and then they just kept pushing through it and with it. That's all they needed to do.
They're going to keep that pressure up, but it looks like they're not going to be letting go of this. They want to be able to secure that last round, so they're just going to go in and say nothing about it. Andrew does has that judge with him. It's judge, jury, or executioner, and he goes in for the swing, but no, doesn't manage able to get only just one. The trade betray kills are up. KO is down. The res is coming up, but looks like he's not going to be able to come back just in a second. A minute 18 on the clock. They still can do anything. Sofosa with the Guardian fight. He takes it down, but no. Vix managing to help his teammate secures the kill. They can still get the plant. Bomb is still in the play.
The Killjoy ultimate coming out to try and secure the round for them as it's a 2v2 situation.
The blind is out. He looks like he's going to go ahead for the swing. Vix, really low HP. It's a trade betrayed. The Sova kills are coming up, but simply 3 HP in a dream, and so is Sofosa.
Are we going to see Satofa with some amazing lineups here?
This is a nail biter. 28 HP, 40 seconds on the clock. Still anyone's game. One bullet can take both these players out. Oh, this is an nail biter. They might be able to meet for this. Sofosa is going to go ahead and go for the plant. Oh, this is a risky plant spot.
Planted.
Oh, he doesn't go.
get some Hunter's Fury. He's playing backside for Boathouse. He's going to use his drone to get information and try and use the Hunter's Fury to secure the round for his teammate. And now that he's spotted the Killjoy turret, it's almost, it's done. He's going to use the Hunter's Fury no matter what. And we're going to have to see some miracle plays come out of here as he spots out
The ball! This is scary. The turret, the Killjoy turret.
What?
He doesn't know about it.
Out of charges.
The shock darts are so
No, simply that's the kill, and that's gonna be going into OT.
Why didn't he use that ultimate? I don't understand. I'm just perplexed. He had ultimate to secure the round, and going into overtime is so much worse than just wasting an ultimate because you're gonna lose it in overtime anyway. Come on!
Switching sides.
Oh my
Overtime.
gosh, Satofu. I'm just disappointed as an analyst. As if I was Satofu's coach, I would have been pissed. I would have been like, ultimate. Come on, push for it. You don't want to get into overtime. Even if you miss every single shot, you get the positioning that you want. You get the intel that you want. You saw the turret. Which means that you could have shot at the turret, and then you could have shot onto the right side and the right lane in that B push, and you could have secured that victory for yourself. I valiant effort with a shock dart. Maybe it was just in the hype in the moment he couldn't get it. Personally, I would have gone straight for the drone and into that ultimate. And that was my call because I assumed that's what would happen.
Placing swarm grenade.
I honestly was anticipating the shark dart as well because let's face it, the ultimate is a little bit of a high risk, high reward situation. You are left charging those shots.
You don't get it next round. You don't get it next half. So why not?
There's really in that position to play. I really think it's better off for him to use the shock darts rather than using the ulti. He doesn't have the intel to be able to provide himself to get those lineups.
Saw the turret with the drone.
But again, we have the peripheral of seeing where they go. He doesn't.
Okay, even though you see the turret go down. I'm sorry, I'm arguing this, but it's like you see the turret go down. You can totally break it with the ultimate to take less damage. You can give yourself better positioning because if you blast it through there a couple times, then you know exactly where Simply's coming from. And it's just such a dominant move. It's such a terrifying thing. And speaking of dominant, look at what Simply's doing to Andrew.
Okay, that looked like he dashed away safely, but it doesn't matter. Bix, taking this 1v3 duel, and he picks up the ult, and he looks like he's gonna be the spray and pray god. And as he does so, he secures 3.
Big's trying to hold it down for UCR here in Quacksmack, showing some dominance, but at 13 HP, it's going to be a nail-biting match here.
He can still plant. This is very healthy. Quacksmack by himself. Hoping 13 HP in the dream. Only so much one can do. 14 seconds on the clock. He might want to take the tool for this one, but he does give away his position. The KJ, the ultimate is coming in. KO proccing that nullifying ultimate. Whack does manage to get the plant. 13 again. Once again, 13 HP. Anything can happen. Valorant is a game where health doesn't really matter unless you get dumbed in the head. The glass is broken. They know where he's at. The suppression does come in. The Silver Dart lining up. He managing to get one, but no! Soup playing behind the boxes secures the kill.
Now it's one for the defense side. They're going to switch sides here. And CSUF Blue, they did pretty well on defense. So they just came from defense as well. So now with the timeouts are coming back and forth. UCR needs to think of the strategy. They were doing pretty bad against them on defense, so now they need to think of a strategy here now that they're on attack to just win it out. And in overtime, anything could happen.
I mean, that's what we love, Valorant. You know, we love to see these nail-biting games come back to forth, and
Valorant's a fun game.
It's a fun game when you get to see good players play against each other. It's not fun when you're getting domed to the head and you go 0-13. But besides the point.
100 Thieves?
Oh, goodness gracious, don't remind me. But going back to the whole situation here, anything could still happen.
A bunch of 16-year-olds can beat a bunch of veteran players. I think that makes it so exciting.
GG Nori. But but no comment on that situation here. As we're going back to the game, I want to talk about how they can still bring this back. They've been going back and forth, and don't let that discourage you from the fact that just because they're one round ahead, they can easily turn this right back.
Yeah, especially in overtime, right? It's very difficult. Like, before overtime, it's the reason you don't want to get into it in the first place is because of the fact that you now have an even playing field every single time. Everyone gets the same amount of money, the same amount of ultimate points, and the same chances because they switch sides. So if one team has a better attack and better defense, it's just gonna come down to who has the fortitude to just push for both sides. Speaking of that, look at how patient they are. They're all sitting outside of B main, waiting to bait out some utility, waiting for people to bait. As JG is taking aggressive play onto A, I think they're reading into this, and that's kind of what they have to do. Is like a little bit of a long shot here. Oh, yeah, JG's just coming back from backside. Look at that.
He's rotating around. It looks like they don't know that just yet. Simply goes ahead and activates the smoke grenade, but the bot is destroyed. Andrew comes in with a wall bang. That's already looking very good, but Quacksmack says, hey, you remember my teammate? Guess what? I'm going to do the same thing to you. Ooh, Soup knows he's there, but he loses the duel to JG.
Spike planted.
Dopa does manage to get the plant. This could go any man's way. Vix does get taken out. Playboy
enemy
proving
remaining.
once more Sixer. Oh,
We're going into fourth. We're going into 13-13 here.
Oh, anything could change, but no.
They
13-13.
played- was a casualty for Sixers win, and you could see it just from their positioning. The reason I said there was 13, even though you were saying that, it's the way that they were positioned. One person goes in and rushes them. They're focused. They're tunnel visioned on that one person, and then they can swing off that person's contact because they know where they are. They're taking the fight, and then they point from behind. You have the numbers advantage. That's what you want to do, and that's what I say when I mean playing together. By playing together, I don't mean you got to be right next to each other. God knows I do not want to be body blocked when I'm about to get offed, and I need to dash out of my way as Jet, and I'm trying to learn how to play duelists. And then I get body blocked by my Omen, who's just, or Pocket Sage or whatever, just trying to help me. I'm like, not helpful. Playing together goes a little bit deeper into that, and that's what we see here, swinging off of each other's contact. Obviously, the last three players did an amazing job pushing it in as we get into the 14th round to win, and this is the round to get to the 15th.
Ooh, by the way, that Act does come out to get tossed. The dash just coming in. Andrew securing a kill once again onto JG, but it looks like he's going to keep that suppression coming up. He goes ahead, and Vix is keeping that pressure as well. He is helping his team a lot. These swings are coming in perfectly for Vix, but he's going to go ahead and keep the rotate on. Sixer is on his own. He decides to take the swing again with that Vandal. 71 HP, and the Dream can only do so much. Oh, Vix dinks him in the head. Did somebody ring the dinkster?
Now it's just up to Simply. You know, they had an amazing play on defense, right? They did really well, but their attack is lacking, as you can see, with almost a flawless victory for them. So much utility going out just to find Simply, as Simply just repositioning to, I don't know, maybe hurt their morale a little bit more by getting a couple of kills. Maybe an ace coming out from him, but I don't want to curse it just yet. Simply is an amazing player and an amazing IGL with some like impact frags. Nonetheless, he wants to make sure that they don't get confirms the kill, and it's a 4-1 now.
30 seconds left.
Man, they just executed KO live on stage.
Placing swarm grenade. Swarm grenade
They
out.
kind of couldn't do much without having Simply being
Placing
able to kill him.
swarm
I think that he's setting up for some exit frags. I'm not sure. There's only 16 seconds left on the clock. He spots one out as they're all positioned together. He's taking a 1v1 with Soup as Sotoki
10
tries to
seconds
make it
left.
a little bit less unfair. And he gets Simply. And Simply
Swarm
puts.
grenade out.
We're going into the next round where they have to switch sides. They have a
Switching
better
sides.
defense, and
Match
are we going to be
point.
seeing a back and forth, a 1-1? They have a better defense. They, unless UCR comes up with some amazing strategy here right now, I don't see it happening. That you know, it's gonna go. Sorry, unless CSUF Blue comes up with some amazing strategy right now, I think that UCR has a good read on them. They have a better endurance, and they have more to lose, because if UCR loses this match and CSUF wins, it's over. It's 2-0.
Oh, God, again, Valorant, the game that anything happens. And speaking of Chi, look what he's got in his hands right there. That is a special weapon that we love to see the duelist carry on. He goes in for the flick shot, but he manages to secure a kill on Spica. That's already looking good. The numbers are down, but they aren't able to get the trade just yet. Quackmaster comes in with the swing onto Andrew, and the duelist is down. Already not looking good for UCR. Chi comes in with the swing once again and takes out 2. He might be able to take out 3, but no, Vix takes the duel. You mad lad.
I just wanted to note that beautiful weapon they operated, but a little bit of a glass cannon build where you don't
Spike
have that. And then we
planted.
see another Sovadar trying to clear his corners, and
Last
again, a
player
stronger
standing.
defense coming out from CSUF Blue and a weaker offense. One of these teams is going to have to come up with a strategy to take out the other, as Simply finishes it off for his team, and they grab the defuse. Again, now we're going into the 15th. I always go with overtime. I say like 15th, 14th, and that stuff. It is round
Switching
28
sides.
and going into round
Overtime.
29, technically. It's just, I don't know, my brain does not like mathematics, so
Mathematics?
I don't like mathematics, man. I need another Red Bull before I can do that.
A squared plus B squared equals C squared. Come on, guys.
What is a hypotenuse? How do I play Sova?
90-degree angles. 90-degree angles.
90-degree angles.
Get your protractors and your TI Texas calculators out.
As Average Jonas watches over you and not in spite, not in pity, what was it, in desperation, he's like, please bounce your Sova darts. Don't wide peek with your Sova utility out and get caught out really quickly. All the amount of times I see Sova do that.
The knife is out. Soup does get suppressed here. He is tagged a little, but that can still play for the pick. The flash is out. The dash just coming. JG manages to secure a kill on Topeka. He might be able to get two, and he goes ahead and finishes that off. JG keeping the pressure on. The plant is coming on. Quack does manage the lineup. The Sova darts manage to take him out, but it looks like Hicks pop flashing out, making sure that his teammates can do something. He does manage to get tagged. The wallbang is up. He looks like he manages to get the clean headshot onto Playboy. Bix does keep the pressure up. The trade is going up. It looks like it's going to be into the favor here. And Bix! Bix! Give me those kills. Show me what it's like.
Gosh, and again, it's hard to see. The CSUF Blue plays. They just play a better defense.
Switching sides.
So I think they
Match
need to
point.
just slow it down on attack. If we're gonna see this again, if we're going to round 16 after this in overtime, I think they just need to play slower. What was that aggression coming out of CSUF? They were going really hard, really fast. Like, I respect the change in opinion. I respect it. I even see our production here smiling, kind of like gleefully looking in joy as this intense match goes on. But it's just, come on, y'all. Oh my god.
Oh, it did smash it! Jet Chi comes out with the swing, getting the first pick on Vix!
Making me eat my words here. The aggression working in their favor as JG is able to take out so many players.
Oh, JG, that was some plays out of the playbook right there, dashing ahead. The silence comes up and looks like they were trying to bait that out for just 1 second, but they turned their backs against him. Don't put your back against a man with a vandal.
I had to stand up for this. Me and Admiral are both on our feet watching this in anticipation as every single play here is going out for each other. The aggression and then the absolute passiveness from CSUF Blue is insane. It's putting up so much for the choke.
Bang does come up and it's a trade v trade kill, but Playboy securing once again the trades. This is what we love to see. These team dynamics are keeping them in the game. But there is still 35 seconds on the clock. Anything can change. One person falls, and that is like a domino effect in terms of balance. Oh my goodness, they're just going to be going back to 30 seconds on the clock.
Last
One
player
team with so
standing.
much
Wait,
to
but never
gain.
mind. Playboy just end the hopes of this.
Oh my gosh, okay. One team with so much to gain and one team with so much to lose. Everyone is going for it. Soup is going to put on some desperate plays. He tries to get the plant off. You see him do some crazy things before the Quack Smack takes him out. I am exhilarated. My hairs are sticking up from my shoulders. I am moving and standing. I'm just hyped. This is crazy. Attackers are going to use a timeout again, consistently drawing out this match to infinitum. Honestly, how long do we have to go? Are we gonna hit 20?
Goodness, if we do end up getting hit on the 20 rounds, I swear to God, what was this last game?
Oh my gosh, this is. You hope it's the last game if we hit 20?
Deutschland. I think I want that.
Dude, I will say, now at least the mathematics are pretty easy with a 30 rounds. We're hitting 30 rounds in this game. I don't think I've ever casted a game with 30 rounds. Just never. Only on LAN you can see this type of stuff.
So, well, yeah, because no ping differential.
Oh, is there... Oh! Is there some issues in... Oh, you mean... Sorry, I was concerned. I thought there was some sort of issues with ping. You mean like ping differential on online versus in LAN, yes.
Yeah.
But again, on LAN, you are uncomfortable. You're in a different element. You have some smack talk that can happen on stage. And on LAN, you also have to worry about different, other different things that we had. We had a little bit of technical difficulties here.
I mean, that just comes with the production of it itself, but the
We'll say
benefit...
it's amazing production here.
Of course, I want to give my compliments to everyone who's been working alongside with us in this beautiful stage production that we have over here. Look at the little producer, he's giving a little smile over there. I may try to make him a little blush. Look at him.
Aw. We see some interesting language come out, to say the least, from production over here. As look at the aggression here from JG coming in for the attack, going through mid, slightly different. Again, aggression.
JG!
Oh my gosh, but he gets taken out by
Look at the lineups again! Look
my
at
God,
this
they're
trade
fast.
trade kills. They're keeping the pressure on. This is looking good for CSUF. They have
Oh my
4
God.
up, but never mind.
The spike is planted for them. They have the numbers advantage for CSUF. They just need to play it perfectly. Simply doesn't want that to happen as Soup is left alone. The interesting cross that they have set up here with 2 people playing together, 1 person playing alone from backside there. They have the chain connected with them. And now it's just up to Soup to try and take this out. Oh my gosh, it's a cakewalk. But here's the thing. Here's the difference. That timeout. Is there gonna be a timeout here? Is there a timeout?
Point.
There is no timeout? I'm surprised. So, CSUF Blue, I was saying, consistently has a weaker attack side and a stronger defense. And now, we get to see this. They want an attack round. They need to win this defense and secure the victory for them. CSUF Blue is 1 win away from getting it as we get it into round 32.
Here. Don't overthink
This
it.
is so
That's my
intense.
job.
This is just a constant back-to-back, and there's nothing else that one can say besides, let's just see how this plays out. The knife is getting tossed out. Presence has been detected. Andrew goes ahead and leads a charge into this. Nanostorm is by their feet. Anything can still be procced here. The wallbang plans are coming. JG once again with the blind shot. The pressure is still keeping up. Andrew's gonna go ahead and make sure that no one crosses out of this. On the pop flash is money down. He goes in for the swing, but Playboy says, you know what? I'm gonna take out 1 before I go out with you. And Andrew securing 2, making this an even playing field for his team. The plant can still be active right here. Satofa goes on for the
Spike
plant,
planted.
and it's a ticking time bomb, literally.
Their retakes are amazing. CSUF Blue has a great retake system here, playing together and getting people off guard, so I want to see here. Quacksmack almost gets Vix with the timing, but Vix is faster to react.
This hope is almost all off. The pop flash managed to come up. Vix coming in clutch, and look at this. It's us another back-to-back.
Oh my gosh, this is switched up. This is switched up immensely.
Switching sides.
I was just a
Overtime.
couple of rounds earlier, we saw the dominance coming out from CSUF Blue on defense. They were able to absolutely win and clutch every single retake that they had. But here, it didn't work out for them. They actually did better on attack. Maybe their attack-centered mindset was only to their detriment. I think they're actually out of timeouts here by rules. Am I correct? We're unsure a little bit here. I'm just wondering why there aren't any more timeouts here in this overtime as we're getting into 16 rounds to 17.
Vix taking this duel, that's a little scary because if he does get tagged out, that is 1 less death. They have to keep in mind that if 1 falls, that is already a domino effect. With Sotofa managing to get a little bit of a lineup there, making sure that someone does get tagged, a minute 20 on the clock, anything could still happen. They're going to be going ahead and keeping that push onto B.
Yes, you guys did an amazing job. Absolutely great at playing extremely aggressively and playing it for the gamble on that attack that you guys won. But come on, guys, do it again and then play passively on defense. You're so good at it. A Sixer gets caught off and taking a little bit of damage. Pika with the wallbang for the spray.
This is very scary. If Pika does fall, again, this is going to be playing into their favor. Attacking team only has 45 seconds on the clock. A lot of utility being used to make sure that they can't push up. The Sova darts are lining up, but it doesn't manage to tag anyone just yet. The pre-fires into the smoke. Soup might be able to catch one, but no, they go ahead and keep the push on forward. Sutofa is going to be watching for the flank, making sure that no one comes in. But look, they have 2 people pushing in through mid. 30 seconds on the clock. The bomb is on KO. And it looks like they're going to be going into B for just a second. Not just yet. 20 seconds still up. Anything can still happen. Looks like Quacksmack is going to go ahead and take the duel.
What I want to note is that it's just 15 seconds left and no picks. Oh my god, JG, come on.
Andrew lining this up, he can get 3! He goes in and aims down the site, but no, it's gonna be a trade v trade kill. Playboy playing this really close to Vix. What are you doing, man? Quack, you have your knife out. Back to a 3v2 once again.
They do get to suppress the KO and the wallbang tries to go up for Vix. it doesn't work out. Another thing I wanted to say was so long into the match before a frag or a plant goes off. Oh my god, they're
Oh,
lining
but
up.
it looks like they're gonna be able to double swing this. If their Sixer managing to secure the kill onto Vix is back to 2v2, but they don't know where he's
One
at.
enemy
He's playing
remaining.
underneath them, just lining it up, but no, he gets the thrill. He goes ahead against the trade, and this is gonna be the end of the game.
No, it's not. No,
Wait,
it's
never
not.
mind.
It's not. You got hyped, but I'm down for it. It is now 17-16. CSUF Blue did an amazing job on that attack. Now they're just gonna try their best
Switching
to win on this
sides.
defense. It's almost the end of the
Match
game, but
point.
you got really hyped there. But hey, sides did switch, and we saw UCR do an amazing job. Amazing job on defense here. So my money is on UCR still winning this because they did a good job on it. They just won their defense and they did an amazing job on attack. But they have to break through CSUF's great defense play. I got really hyped.
I'm getting hyped in the moment, guys.
Really hyped at the moment. Too
Getting
much
hyped
Red
in the
Bull?
moment. No, I don't drink Red Bull, but you know what? This thing is already energetic as it is, but it looks like we're going to be going off into the round once again. This is just going to be, honestly, I think at this point you're just going to be right. This is going to be going back to another 20v20. At this point, what do we do? Someone has to lose here, guys. The alarm bot does get triggered. Simply goes ahead and takes the duel against Pika, but Pika goes ahead and secures the first kill of the round. This is going to be keeping it going. Vix coming in for putting the pressure on, but Quacksmack, once again, the Sofa dominance. He has to take the fight, but it looks like Quacksmack goes ahead and secures two. Might be able to secure three, but no. It is back to 3v2, or 3v1. My mistake here.
Oh, it seems like it's going to UCR here. Like I said, they broke through CSUF's defenses. CSUF had an amazing defense attack, and they did really good on it. But with only one player left for retake, it's gonna be hard. And they're positioning themselves up in such a way that no matter from what side he's going to attack, it's gonna be difficult. But I don't like they're all playing back of Boathouse. It's giving away. If Playboy was playing really aggressively here, it could be detrimental to them. But I don't think it's gonna work out.
Oh my goodness, Playboy's just getting lit up like there's no tomorrow. 5 HP in the dream. I think he can still have the Shark Time. He's gonna be able to finish him off, but no, Vix ends it right there.
Attackers
And
win.
now at the correction, it is the end of the game.
End of the game. Hey, maybe the caster's curse called it there. The hype that you had was real, and the excitement was in the air as we're going into a map 3. Yes, we are. UCR. Didn't UCR?
UCR 1
Did
1-2-0.
UCR 1-2-0?
Yes.
Wait, I'm sorry, I had to take off my headset there. I'm just, wow. After all of that, we get a 2-0? I'm sorry, my jaw is dropped and my mouth is open. I'm just
Both casters making mistakes here. I just want to be able to toss that out here for a second. Here.
I will say we're a little bit tired here, but oh my god. The caster is lost. I am lost. That is, you know what? I'll agree with y'all, chat. I am a little lost here, but excuse my delirium here. We had a lot of stuff happen, right? And in the back end on LAN, we had a huge event yesterday, and UCR, they honestly, just to talk about this for a second, they did amazing. Yeah, this is amazing. UCR did great. They lost to CSUF, and this was their rematch. They came back stronger than ever, and we're doing an amazing job. Sorry for that blunder about who was gonna win, but you know what? With an 18-16 game, and with my mind just on some of the amazing plays that we saw, it was insane. Beautiful to see beautiful games here from both UCR and CSUF Blue. Shout out for the Battle of the Blues. Thank you guys so much for tuning into this Valorant tournament here in the Siege Community Clash event. Hopefully you guys enjoyed it. It's been Nerds Corner, and
The one and only Admiral.
thank you guys so much for letting us cast these games, and hopefully we'll be a little bit less lost next time. Cheers.